Hello, good evening, and welcome to Garblag Games. I am Ben, and this is Ralph and Garblag. Dun 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 dun. We don't have a soundtrack because it's just a two-shot.
Yeah.
With me this evening for the second half of their fascinating adventure through the Spacehulk Psychomantium are Dan, Roger, and I. Dan's happy to be here. Dan's happy to have a character that's at much lower risk of death than usual.
I think I went down to like one hit point.
Yeah, he's almost
dead. Not sure.
Can we please not encourage the people in the Twitch chat, because they gave me enough grief yesterday. Apparently, I'm a murdering GM now.
No, that was.
I don't know. You kill 4 PCs and that's it. You're tarred for life.
Yeah. Well, Lewis murdered me, so I think it's a little bit of blood on everyone's hands. Well, not mine, but.
Yeah, it just so happens that we picked out a couple of Psychomantium. The ship itself says, "I'm here for the adventures of the happiest little Inquisitor."
Yay!
They know you so well, Nye.
I know.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a breath of fresh air to have a nice chipper Inquisitor. I mean, considering I'm an Eldar and I haven't been shot in the back of the head yet, I'm fairly impressed with the way this is going.
Getting a fair degree of side eye from the Astartes.
Well, you might think that if you could tell which way he was looking.
Yeah.
That big helmet. I can never tell which way they're looking.
So, in our first adventure, I am going to roll a dice and make the dice decide who has to do the run. Everybody cross your fingers and pray that it's not Nye.
Okay. Thank you.
It's not, it's Dan. Dan can tell us what happened.
What happened?
Point of view of his incredibly
snobby,
totally non-biased
alien
witch mutant.
I'm not a mutant. How dare you, sir?
Not my sound again.
The Eldar. You're back.
You're
You've come
right.
back. You were a bit quiet, but you've just come back to being
Okay.
loud again. So
Jolly
you're right.
good. Yeah.
Right, so the episode started and we docked. I say docked. We aggressively docked onto the ship, burning a hole through its hull. And we proceeded to walk through some corridor, which led to some tree-like corridors, and it looked like a garden. My first assumption was chaos, but it turned out to be a farm. And Roger killed a farmer straight away. Didn't ask any questions. Just shot him into pieces.
He was a little bit purple.
It was a little bit purple, but could have just been the lighting. We don't know. We never asked the question. Anyway, as it transpires, the farmers were aggressive because they were waiting around a corner for us, and then Roger killed more farmers with a hand grenade,
like a hero.
Like a hero. And one guy did walk around the corner and got shot in the face. And then we proceeded to the bridge, which was locked, and our tech priest tried to unlock it, but locked it further. So somehow, despite that being a thing, we managed to find another way around through a sabotaged. Now it wasn't a drop pod; it was an escape pod, but it was like a little ship, wasn't it?
Escape ship.
Yeah. So then we made it onto the bridge where we found a row of dead bodies who had clearly all killed themselves, as well as the captain who had killed himself in his seat with a very ornate bolt pistol, which now the Inquisitor owns. We then started up the computers. The tech priest punched some buttons. The Eldar Psyker reached into the past and found out what computer had all the stuff on it. So we found out that there was a vault, and in said vault there's an STC and some other bits and pieces. So we're going to go
a relic.
And a relic, yeah, that's it. And it was all very, very special because the captain locked it all and then shot himself in the head. And then the episode was finishing when something was banging on the door, and so we all climbed out to go have a look because the Astartes got the order from the Inquisitor to go have a look, and then we thought, we'll go with him anyway. It turned out to be 2 gene stealers, which made pretty short work of the Eldar. I mean, I think I had 1 hit point left, 2 hit points left, and then but the Astartes took some damage, but of course the Astartes are Astartes, so he didn't quite die. But we managed to dispatch them just. and one of them got hit on the head with a stick, I do believe, by the Inquisitor. And the Inquisitor was very happy about this, but I'm not sure it actually achieved anything.
No, it did no damage.
However, stabbing it through the skull, throwing it on the floor, and stamping on it worked.
However,
I
there
like
was
the
yes.
I like the idea that it side-eyed me when I did that. Ha ha!
Yeah, actually, do you know what? You distracted it so the Astartes could ram his knife through his face and then stamp on his brain.
Yeah, and that
definitely
get an assist.
Yeah, so so we went from very chipper Inquisitor to very grimdark brain stamping. So this episode's all over. This thing's all over the place. But yes, and that's where we are. We are currently standing outside the front of the bridge. The doors
Being
were locked.
healed, I believe.
Yes.
Being healed by our tech priest / come medic. I healed myself with my bones shard thing.
And I think he got 5 successes, but we didn't know what that did.
Yes, that was correct. And I promised to look it up and then promptly went to work and forgot.
So, and here we are. We are now starting this episode, I'm guessing, planning our way to the vault.
So do you reckon it just heals me 5 wounds? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, sure. That'll do for now. If it's
Well,
not that.
I mean,
It's
that's
not like
more
this
than-
is a long-running campaign, is it?
That's more than I needed to recover anyway. But
All right, shut up.
And your armor's a little bit compromised, but again, you have a tech priest with you.
yeah, I also probably have the repaired goo that Marines carry, I'm guessing.
Yes,
Yes.
that's true.
The liquid ceramite.
Yeah, just
Repair
squirt a
goo.
bit of that in there.
It's basically builder's foam,
That's,
right?
Hey, that's a scientific term.
Yeah.
Banding ceramite.
Oh, and apparently, according to one of my tests, there are 3 spirit stones of other Eldar on this ship, and
Yes.
I'm looking for them with my mind as I'm walking around. But everybody else doesn't know that, so shh, don't tell Roger or I.
What?
Heresy!
Oh, we also found out in the farm that they'd been using people and in little bits of Eldar to fertilize it
Yes. Soylent Green
by
is
grinding
Eldar.
them up and putting them on.
Or making their bread. Oh, sorry, wrong thing.
So, right. Okay, so we need to get to the
Vault.
vault. Yes. Okay.
But we did look up a map, or the tech priest pulled a map up, so we know.
Yes. You've got to run
where we're
through the troop areas, past the drop ships, or where the drop ships were, and tank storage to get to the vault.
Oh, and we've got between 8 hours and a couple of days to do it.
Yeah.
Before the warp drive
yeah.
decides to shift
Yeah,
us back
that was
in.
an important thing that I missed on my recap. Yes, the ship will
You've got
rapidly jump
at
through into the
least
wall.
8 hours, possibly more.
So we're working on 8 hours. Let's cheese it.
And
Yeah.
the Eldar definitely does not want to be on the ship if it gets dragged into the warp.
No one wants to be on this ship if it gets dragged
No,
into the.
that would be bad.
I mean,
TM.
I would literally be there going, "Hi, Slanesh, would you like to eat my soul?" Very painfully.
And those
It's all
3
right.
of my mates.
To be fair, I wouldn't let that happen. I'd shoot you first.
Hey, it'd still eat my soul. I would just get shot beforehand.
You'd speed the process up.
That's how Space Marines react to things. Kill it.
No, you
Yes.
can't eat my soul. It's still in my body. Wait, what are you doing, Space Marine? Blam.
Bolt guns and fire will fix it.
And in doubt.
Burn it.
Or I could just, stuff a crack grenade into your armor somewhere.
I wear basically a cloak with some bones on the front of it that project a force field to protect me.
Probably punch hard enough to put it inside you. Right, anywho, yeah, we should probably
Yes.
get going to the vault.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Yes, that's the one,
Okay.
Real Sea Chicken.
Okay.
That's the STC.
Standard
Template construct, although they don't know what it's for. It could be for something like a pen or a belt buckle, or it could be for an entire new generation of tanks that have been lost to time. And they have to wait and find out. And they're going to be
Okay.
so pissed if it turns out to be a pen.
Right. Okay.
Imperium would want that still.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be an ancient imperial pen, which would be cool and holy.
Okay. So if we just go through the troop area, I don't think we should be subtle anymore. They sent 2 really big monsters at us. Let's just go.
I believe the point of the part of subtlety has gone. We need to
Yes.
move and quickly.
Yes. Okay.
Now there's a thought that nobody had really considered.
Or moving quickly.
No,
Being subtle.
Narodnik Zika says it's the STC that creates pink unicorn toys.
Oh no. We'll fuck
Hey,
them up
they'd
with
still want it.
Those are imperial pink unicorn toys.
it. Yes, we'll take the shortest route to the troop
Well, I
barracks area.
think we'd looked for a route that was least likely to be ambushed.
That's very true. Yes.
That
We'll
might
go
be a
with that.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll take whatever that route is.
But I
there is-
shall speed us up.
Ooh.
Well, I've memorized the route as well. So
It is actually likely to be the main thoroughfare through the ship. There is like a central corridor through the ship that's big enough to move vehicles up and down if you need to. And given what you know about gene stealers already, if you're in a corridor big enough to move vehicles down, they're less likely to pop out of the pipes and eat your face.
Mhm.
yeah, we're more likely to see them before they jump.
And reaching into the warp, the Eldar Warlock gives us the strength to move faster. I've just cast Quicken on us, and it's sustained, so we get to double our movement. So while we're running through the ship, we're running very fast.
You are absolutely cheesing it. Like,
I mean, the
They'll be
Eldar's kind of
like-
gliding.
There'll be like 40 like farmer gene stealers weighing like, we'll get them, and then we just go. Oh.
So, yeah,
Rog
so-
turns around, runs back, brutally guns them all down, and carries on running.
But yeah, so I've cast Quicken on us, so we are moving fast. We're moving double our speed now. And it's sustained, so I do have to take a double +2 difficulty to any other tests I've got to do. But while I'm sustaining it, we are moving faster.
Yes, so
Okey-doke.
you are absolutely belting it down this central. It's almost like the spine of the ship.
Hmm.
You've got 2 stories high, massive bulkheads above you. Just on the other side of there, probably some space. Big corridors down the side, but these are like hangar-sized doors through here. So whatever is on the other sides of those is very large indeed. And you managed to run a good ½ kilometer down the ship, completely unimpeded, till you reach the point where you need to start heading down to get past the army quarters and the tank containment and the dropship areas, when everything will start to sort of shrink back down to size again. And as you're approaching that area, you notice that up ahead there is some form of emplacement that has been built at the end of this corridor. So
Well, as in a gun emplacement.
yeah, it looks quite serious as well. It looks like a bit of a tank has been stuck here.
Can we see the level of armament?
Big. It's a big gun.
What, like a battle cannon type thing?
Yeah.
I want
Oh.
one.
This is something that will make fairly short work of you.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean,
get in this way. Now you can see some of the mostly human-looking gene stealer hybrids sort of scurrying around it.
I'm now imagining the scene. Okay, we want that pointing to the tank. We want that there. Got it. And the big one just tears the gun emplacement. No, the whole. Just fine. Take it there. God.
So is that before we can get to where we need to go?
Yes, that is at the top of the elevator chute leading down to where you need to be.
does it look
Notice us.
maneuverable? Like if we get to a side flank, will it be able to
Not
track us?
quickly.
We're moving really fast right now.
You are moving really fast, and that's a good thing.
So from my knowledge of the map that I have seen and therefore memorized courtesy of a Space Marine's eidetic memory, is there a way round?
Probably not.
No, that's kind of why it's placed there.
Yeah, I was about to say it'd be really shit for them if we're like, haha, we've guarded the entrance. Oh yeah, it's just the back door. Then again, the cockpit, the bridge has a back door, but anyway. Okay. Have they seen us? Are they like going, you, and pointing at us?
Well, that depends on what you choose to do, because you're moving so fast that you catch a glimpse of this. And then depending on whether you keep moving or do
Right.
something else, I'll give them a chance to see you or not.
I think we should probably try and move a bit more stealthily to see if we can sneak up on them.
So be it, Monkai. We are now concealed. We are heavily, heavily concealed. I will do the extra potency on that, which means we get +2 to stealth rolls now.
Very nice. So if you could make your stealth rolls, that would be wonderful.
And then you get +2 successes to that when you do it.
Go like the wind.
God. Oh, that was a terrible roll.
Or like a brick.
I get 4 + 2, so I get 6 successes in total.
I get 3 after rolling 9 dice.
Well,
The Inquisitor gets 3.
the Inquisitor gets 3, and the Tech Priest only manages 2, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
He's not built for stealth. What with them big, rattly, clanky metal legs that he's got.
Yeah,
And
naturally.
4 of them.
And the Eldar's practically invisible right now, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I am going to give them a chance to spot
It's a shame.
me.
I'm actually really good at stealth, but my
Spot
roll was
us or
shocking.
spot the Tech Priest?
Well, we'll see how successful they are.
How does it go? I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun the guy behind me.
Right. Well, as it turns out, they didn't even notice the damn Tech Priest.
They're on their smoke break. They're just like
They're making so much noise, rattling and clanking this
I
gun
can't hear
around
his feet going.
that they can't hear him going clank, 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 clank down the metal.
Do you know what that
gantry.
is? That's the Eldar concealing that with his. So yeah, I take it we're going to be moved closer now.
Yeah.
They haven't spotted us.
You are
No.
still in a big open area. I mean, you're not invisible. You're extra stealthy and extra quick, but you
Yeah.
are still talking like a 2-lane road
I like
width of open area leading to piled up sandbags, oil drums, and
Are
Yes.
there lights?
auto cannon that they've got in place.
Is
Yes, there are
it well
lights.
lit?
It's not well lit, no. There are some lights, the sort of a dingy yellow-orange light, sort of a
Yeah.
almost like a
So would-
sodium light.
Would my conceal power, but essentially be creating it because it creates essentially a shadow as we're moving? Would we be moving relatively well enough that they might see a shimmer? Could we get close enough to get to them before they actually physically spot us?
Given
to
how
get-
well they rolled to spot you, yes. The complication they've got is that they're looking in the wrong place for you.
have they?
ah,
Oh, sorry.
Perhaps if the witch and I move forward, Inquisitor, and deal with the threat.
Have they completely obstructed the entrance? By that I mean like
Yes, you
They
need
are
to get
blocking
to
where we
an
need to go.
elevator shaft that is behind them.
right. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have to kill them. Okay, that's no problem. I was hoping we could just run round them.
See, we toughened
yes.
him up yesterday.
No. I mean, like, I actually envisioned us just moving round them, like as they were distracted, just like, and they were just like, what?
Well, we currently have +2 to stealth rolls and +2 to our resilience. So if we're ever going to make it, now is the time to make it.
Yeah.
Like
Perhaps
that
the witch and I
Stargate
should go
episode
deal
where
with
they
them.
get the super speed alien devices.
Yeah. What I'll
come through the
say.
Stargate, beat everyone up.
What I'll say
Yeah.
quickly to them is if you two try to go round and attract their attention, I'll take Tech Priest and we'll try and go round and flank them. So if one of us gets like seen and shot at, then the other two can get the mother pantser down, so to speak.
I fear.
Rog, you just got a wrath point.
Oh, smashing! Thank you.
From
whoever that
Please
was.
And
Forever.
I have a feeling that the priest and the Inquisitor are probably going to be the ones that are seen, but that's okay because
I
Yeah.
would suggest that you actually remain here for the
remain here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, my conceal and conceal bubble is only 5 meters. So if you go in an opposite direction, you're no longer
Right.
concealed.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
once- we'll try and knock out that auto cannon. When that's disabled, you can move up with the Tech Priest.
Okay, doke. Right. Okay, we'll sit here then. I've got the pistol and the Tech Priest got whatever it has. We'll just wait them.
So yeah,
Wait.
we'll try and sneak up.
Lead the way, Monkai, and Tenson drops right in behind the Space Marine, essentially using the Space Marine as a shield.
Which isn't a stupid plan. Or
No.
considered.
Well, Eldar are smart, right?
Yeah.
I know full well, as an Eldar, even if I'm out in the open, there's no way with all my powers I could take an autocannon to the face. Whereas the Space Marine might actually make it. So.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
yes.
so these
more
hybrids
stealth rolls?
are much more alien looking than the other ones. Now I'm going to let you stealth roll stand
Oh,
because you're not taking the clanker with you, and they really stuffed up their roll. The hybrids that are staffing this autocannon emplacement are different to the farmer ones that you saw earlier. They're tougher, they're bigger. Some of them have got an extra arm sort of coming out of their back, which is like the big clawed gene stealer arm that you saw from the pure strain ones. So these look like earlier hybrids, Gen 1 or 2. They are currently observing a position on the far side of the corridor to where you are coming from. So if you're, imagine that you've got like
so we're coming up behind them, basically.
if you've got a 2-lane road, they're watching the left lane and you're on the right lane.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, if we can get in close, then
So yes, you can get into close combat range.
smashing. I'm going to ready the flamer.
Okay. Dan,
I've got my Witchblade.
who doesn't love a witchblade?
Who doesn't love a Witchblade? Yeah. One colour.
Love the art in that comic.
Ah, just love Eldar all around.
I meant the witchblade.
Yeah. Witchblade. Beautiful. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Space Marine.
Yes. Space Marines. Okay, so
Idea being, I want to set that emplacement on fire.
what's your
Wait.
agility, Dan?
My agility
Yeah.
is very high. My agility is 5.
Rog?
6.
Okay, Roger's going first.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that
Even if, yeah,
the witch would have waited for the Space Marine to set fire to
fire.
everything first.
yeah,
So
I know.
it
I
is
know the
easier to
Astartes.
fight things.
I know the Astartes combat doctrines. I know what he's going to do.
So basically, I am going to just into where the autocannon nest is, because I'm assuming it's being crewed.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm going to use my flamer.
You can definitely see there are at least 2 hybrids there.
So basically, where the autocannon is, and everyone within, I think it's 3 meters,
3
from
meters,
my
yeah.
blast medium,
Okay.
is going to get set on fire.
Shoot, damn you.
Do I roll ballistics? I'm assuming on that.
Yes,
Yep.
ballistic skill to shoot.
to get through their defense level, as it were.
Oh, I got a wrath from that, apparently.
Yep.
No, that yeah, you.
Oh, no, wrong one. So I got 4 successes, but I did get a wrath die result. I don't know. Anyway,
That's a 6 on your wrath dice.
yeah, so
Your
that counts,
wrath die.
that counts as 2 successes, 6.
Yeah, and it gets you
A glory point.
not glory, I don't think.
a wrath.
Yeah, a 6 on a graph dice gets you a glory
6
point.
on a wrath die gets you a glory point. You are not wrong.
Die. Okay, so do I
Huzzah.
get 6 successes then?
You do
Uh,
indeed.
All right, 6 successes to land it in the middle of that
Successes.
nest and torching anyone within 3 meters.
Their defense is not that. So you very definitely do it.
So what's the damage on the flamer?
Is 10. Let's roll the damage. It doesn't add anything extra. So it does 10 damage.
10
But it also
damage.
has inflict on fire
Ooh.
and
So you do-
spread.
10 damage. It turns out there's actually 4 of them there, which you find out because when you do area effect be on fire damage, they tend to run around and shout a little bit.
I imagine that's what they do.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll, tuck and roll.
Their resilience is 8, so you do 2 damage to each of them.
And they're
with
on
the flamer,
fire.
and they are on fire. But they
Fire
do their
hot.
best to recover.
I'd imagine they're going to be desperately trying to put out said fire.
Yes, but also probably stop the source of the flame. So the first one, it starts moving the autocannon round to face you. But it's a big heavy thing. The other three are a bit distracted. If they'd had two of them, they might have been able to move it and shoot it. But there's one gene stealer using brute force to crank this emplacement round towards you. So that's all he can do. Dan.
I'm going to leap forward over the sandbags and cut the one that's trying to turn the.
I feel
turn
these
the
are very Eldar sound effects.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So
I'm guessing you're standing on the sandbag, so you're not standing in the fire.
Yeah. I mean, I've like kind of leapt
running
up. I'm
running
actually
atop
running
of
along the gun.
Yeah.
And because I'm Eldar, that's what we do. We may not be strong as Space Marines, but
But I can stand on your sword and kick you in the face.
yeah. So I got 4 successes.
To hit with sword,
Yeah, is that high in the defense rating?
it is. Yeah, their defense is 3.
To
Cool.
slap with sword.
To slap with sword, and then so overall I do 15 damage, but no AP.
15 damage, no armor piercing. They have a total of 8 resilience, so that's 7 points of damage.
Oof, that's got a sting.
That's
It
nine
does
in
more
total.
than sting. You take off that third arm coming out of his back and then finish him off with a backswing right through the carapace. You don't quite take his head off, but you cut halfway through and the sword kind of pops out of the front of his face as he looks cross-eyed with a surprised expression.
Yeah.
Don't blame him for being surprised. I wouldn't expect a Space Marine and an Eldar to suddenly go, surprise!
The next one is trying to put himself out. He's rolling around on the floor, trying to stop being on fire. Nye, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'll shoot at one of them, whichever one is within my line of sight with the
Okie dokie.
pistol.
I mean, you could probably move up anyway.
Probably
so
start moving up
you
now.
get a move action, and then
Yeah, you can move.
Okay,
and shoot.
perfect.
Yeah,
I'll
because they-
move closer then.
Because they know we're here now, and I
Yeah,
don't think they're
and-
going to be so bothered about the two of you.
And in fairness, you have a flamer as well. If
Oh,
you,
do I?
you've got the bolt
Awesome.
pistol. I forgot.
Oh, you
you've got the
can
bolt
run and
pistol.
fire a flamer.
Yeah.
Because it's assault.
Won't I hit any of you guys though? Or are we...
Probably hit
Oh,
me.
yeah, use the
that's why-
flamer. It's fine.
Do you want to
Turn
use
the
the bolt
heretic witch.
pistol instead?
Yeah, I'll use the bolt pistol. Yeah.
Roger, have you got a bolt pistol?
I have a heavy bolt pistol and a
We'll
bolt
use the
rifle.
stats for that rather than switching back and forth from the page that's
Yeah.
got Gene Stealers on.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Otherwise
you
it
said it
gets
was an
faffy.
ornate, fancy one anyway. It's
Yeah.
an Arco.
Oh, yeah, that
Bolt,
makes
but-
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Archaeotech blast pistol. So, right. He needs to roll then his ballistic skill.
So it's weapon skill and agility.
Ballistic skill and agility.
So that's
Ow.
4 successes.
4 successes, so a hit because
so-
their defense is only 3.
So extra damage is 1. So roll 1 dice.
Roll 1 dice now.
Oh. Okay. Need to grab my dice. By dice, I mean phone because I have an app like a Philistine.
Oh, on roll 20, if you just do /roll d6, it will roll on
He
screen.
can't get on roll 20. If he goes on
Yeah.
roll 20,
Ah,
it drops the Zoom call.
Because I have.
He's only
Yeah.
got 2 hamsters running in a little wheel to
Yeah.
power his
We
computer.
do have a gerbil in the house. Right.
Put it to work.
yeah, give it that little boost.
I got a 1. So
Okay, so no extra damage. So
No
it's-
So it does
Yeah.
10 damage at -1 AP.
Only 10 damage.
It is also brutal, which I can't remember what that does.
if you're in short range and you roll your die, no, sorry, that's rapid fire. If you roll your extra damage dice, and if a 5 or 6 generates two damage rather than 1
okay.
damage.
all right, okay.
So
Right. So you fire at the one that was rolling around on the floor trying to put itself out, and you put it out of its misery
Yes.
with wow, nice gun.
Oh dear, it's just.
Da, 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 da. And then one of the others throws itself at Dan,
it's fine. I've got this.
slashing at him with its claw. Da, 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 da. It's agility and weapon, isn't it?
It is agility and weapon skill.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
going to connect.
you're through only just. In combat, I have defense 7.
Nice.
It is good.
Is that
Because
from your...
my blade, my witch blade gives me parry, which gives me additional defense in combat.
Oh, there goes
Oh, it
Nye.
has vanished.
And there goes everybody's faces.
We're all in random places.
Oh my god. Hang on.
No, we seem to be okay. He's frozen on the little screen. He hasn't vanished yet.
That's why we're having slight technical issues.
With our
Unfortunately,
intern.
one of those hamsters has passed away.
Oh no, there we go. There's the faces all getting horribly messed up.
Oh, it's because he didn't
Notify
put
the
the
boss.
hamster to work. He needed the hamster to help the two gerbils. He also didn't waft the sacred incense.
No
over-
sacred incense. That'd be
Yeah.
what the issue was.
He hasn't communed with the machine spirit.
Yeah,
He didn't
what a-
recite the
what a
catechism
fool.
of uploading. Right, so
Rookie mistake.
You're through anyway. Do you want to do your damage to me?
choppy, you're not going to like this
Why not?
because it's kind of mean.
Is it the rending ones like the
Yeah.
others?
No.
Oh, so -4 AP.
only
it's not,
if he,
it's not
only if he
quite
acts-
as bad. for
Oh,
the
just the
hybrids.
-2 then.
It is rending 2, armor piercing 2.
If it's rending
So
2, yeah, you do. If you get
Yeah.
if you get one more 6 over your success, you can activate the rend and it becomes AP -4.
Okay, he doesn't get
Um,
any 6s.
Didn't you roll 2?
I rolled his extra damage 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's only the 4 that's a success.
Yeah.
So he gets a success on his extra damage.
Okay. How much damage in total?
12.
And I've got resilience 8, so I take 4 points of damage.
Yes.
Did you take the -2 off from the AP?
I did not, so I take 6 points of damage. It's a good
So
job I
this-
got healed back up.
This rending claw literally grabs you either side of your neck and around by your chest. Just gets a grip on you.
That's just mean.
And the impact of it stopping you short does some of that damage.
Ouch.
Yon tech priest lad
Oof.
opens fire with his lad's pistol.
You got 3 successes.
He got 3 successes. That is enough to get through their defense because their defense is 3. So lad's pistol. Pew!
It's a flashlight.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, what's it just rolled that for? Oh, that's the attack. That was the attack he should have done, not the ballistics test. Still got 3 successes. So that does 1 dice of extra damage.
Ooh. Shame it's not brutal.
Yeah.
No, 6 still gets you 2 points of damage.
Oh,
2 points
it-
of damage
so-
from there,
Yeah.
plus the 7. So he
So
does a
9.
whole point of damage.
hey, with a las pistol, that's a good achievement.
That is quite an achievement against like, a first or second generation hybrid. And then the last of the Gene Stealers is going to take a pop at you, Rog. But he's not quite as brave as Captain Grabby, so he's going to shoot you.
Probably the sensible option.
He doesn't have ballistic skill.
That's probably because they're not very good with guns.
No, I guess not. So this isn't going to do any damage at all then.
Are you boosting our defense at the moment, Dan?
No, I had to turn it off to
Okay.
do my attack. Otherwise, trying to hit, I'm at +2 difficulty to try and hit.
So he gets 4 to hit you.
That's enough then. My defense is 3.
Oh, wow. I'd have thought your defense would be higher than that.
No, because the armor is what resilience. Defense is
Oh, of
how
course,
hard
armor
it
is
is to hit 'em.
resilience. Yeah,
Yeah. Which
And
is
I
why
he
my
hits
defense,
you.
target.
my
with
defense
his
is quite
auto
high.
pistol,
Okay.
doing +1 extra damage.
Nope, no
Doing
extra damage.
an almighty and terrifying 7 points of damage.
It plinks harmlessly off my wonderful,
Ceramite
wonderful
armor.
power armor.
Ding.
Yeah. Eldar looks over while he's being grabbed, going, "I wish I had a suit of that."
Probably doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
So inelegant.
Yes.
Just
But-
scruffy looking.
yeah.
Right, and
You
that
ke-
takes
you-
us
You
back
keep your
around
ropes.
to Rog.
Okay, well, yeah, that's enough of that. Full auto on the bolt rifle, just hosing into them.
Seems
Right.
fair.
Starting with the one that's got his claw currently inserted into the witch. Ooh, got another
4
wrath.
successes,
So
5 successes.
5 successes.
Hang on a
Yeah.
sec.
And you're likely in short range, so you roll 3 extra damage die, 'cause that's what Rapid Fire 2 does on your gun.
All right, so I can't like spread the shots between multiple targets.
No.
Okay.
I don't think it has that mechanic, or at least I didn't see that mechanic.
Right, sorry, how much? What did you do?
So I got 5 successes to hit
Which
it,
is more than enough to hit it.
and then
You got
I
to roll 3 extra damage dice, so you might be better off just rolling 3d6.
Yes, shoot like a British man. Single shot.
Oh,
somehow rolled no extras. So that is just 10 damage.
Only.
-1.
1 AP.
So he only gets 7
7 to soak against it.
of his resilience. So you did
3
10,
points.
so he takes a further 3. Is that the one on you or the one on Dan?
That's the one that's got his claw inside the Eldar.
Oh, the Astartes helping out the Eldar. At this point, I
Here he
think.
comes, crawling back.
Oh, he's not back, is he?
Yeah.
He's not popped up on my screen. Ah, there he is.
Hey,
Our Inquisitor took a brief interlude.
Yeah, had to change the hamsters.
can I use Wrath die on damage? Or
No.
Wrath points?
Wrath points are for re-rolling fails or for adding a narrative element to the scene. But you
Okay.
could add a narrative element to the scene.
Could I add a narrative element to literally blow his arm off so he can't use that claw against the Eldar again?
Yes.
Then I will spend one of my Wrath on that. Ba-boom.
At this point, is he still alive? The one that's like just gutted me.
Yes. Although you've now landed with this arm still holding on to you, and there's a bloody stump at the end of it.
I mean, grim in the dark. I think I might glory point to interrupt here, just because I don't have a lot of health left.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend our 1 glory point. I hope the team doesn't mind that. And I'm
Do
going to.
we have one?
Yes, we did from when you rolled a 6 on your Wrath dice a little while ago.
Okay, cool.
So I keep it. I've got been keeping track of them in our little
Yep,
little
and
chart.
don't
here.
forget, viewers, that you can spend 1,000 Garblag groats, like Please Forever did, to buy a Wrath point for the players, or you can use the GM reroll 2,000 point. Oh, crikey, they've all gone nuts. Yes, the 2,000 points gets them a glory point. So, Dan, you just got a reroll, and Psychomantium has just replaced that glory point with another one.
Oh, lovely.
A Wrath
I'm
point
gonna-
for Dan and that glory point.
I'm going to use my reroll because that didn't go well. There we go. That's better. So that is.
And now you just got one as well, a Wrath point.
Oh, thank you. Very kind.
So I definitely hit the blasted thing.
Yep.
Now we do some damage.
Oh, what does on fire do to him as well?
It didn't say. It just said it inflicts their on fire.
Oh, okay, so
I'm
he's on
guessing they
fire.
take the same damage again.
It didn't say. It said in the book or in the rules. It
Well,
said
let's run with it almost like we did an alien. So it'll take a point of damage for being on fire.
Yeah. I was going to say,
on
because
its
in the book,
turn in this go.
in the rules, it says if a rule inflicts something, it will have a number next to it telling you what it inflicts. However, next to the rule for the flamer, it said inflict fire, but it didn't have a number to say what damage it did. So, yeah,
Oh,
useful.
Cubicle 7, you scamps.
Oh, you.
So I've done 15 points of damage again.
Holy cats.
The Witchblade is amazing.
The
because
Witchblade is amazing.
It's because it's force as well. So
Yeah.
like it has a base damage of 6, and then it adds my force rating to it as well, half my force rating. So it just gets really silly very quickly. Plus my strength on top of that, and all of a sudden the Witchblade gets really nasty really quick. The flip side is it doesn't have AP, so which is like in game wise, it's dangerous. But
People have just started putting like fan art up on the Garblag Discord server of Nye's character from the Wrath and Glory game, and it's an Inquisitor looking harsh and inquisitorial with a pink fluffy unicorn.
And a pink cybernetic eye as well.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Wonderful.
Narrative Seeker.
Thank you. It's very kind. I love it.
Right, so
yeah,
you interrupted him there.
yeah.
So does he then cascade down, or does it go to the next person?
It then cascade. It then goes to what would be then their activation. So it basically allows me to jump one of our
So
activations.
you basically jump one of you. Right, okay,
Yeah.
with you. Yeah. So the last remaining hybrid, who was one of the ones that was rolling around on the floor to put himself out. Let's have a look at his resolve. His resolve is really good. So he's not going to run away. He's going to try and stop you still, which is probably unwise.
Yeah.
But it's rending claw o'clock on the Astartes.
That's just rude.
Yep, they are the bad guys.
What?
Oh, he definitely hit. Jesus Christ.
That was a very palpable hit. I've got to stop rolling as bad guys. I do so much damage. Why can't I roll like this when I'm the good guy? So
It's
4 extra
that's
dice.
the Pathfinder game.
1, 2, 3 points
Three
of
extra points
extra
of
damage.
Yeah.
So that's 14
AP.
points of damage.
You
with
could
minus
rather than
2
taking
AP.
you could rather than taking the 2 extra damage, you could turn that into rending 2.
Doesn't make any difference at that point, does it?
It does because
It's either a -2 or a +2.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
valid point. Yeah.
So how
Actually,
much?
or
Sorry?
is that done at hit level? You could probably I think you do it at hit level. Sorry, not at extra damage level. So your 6s on your hits, you could use that to make your claw rending.
Right, so it does
I don't know
11,
what's going on.
12, 13, 14
At minus.
at -2 on your
Okay, so 14. I take 4 wounds.
resilience. Ouch.
Here I am
Ouch.
sitting here taking loads of wounds. Outrageous.
You're keeping the squishy characters safe.
I mean, I'm an elder. I'm pretty squishy as well.
You're keeping the squishy human characters safe.
You might be squishy, but you're
matter.
like, damn it, stand still so I can hit you. What do we say to the god of death? Ah, I've been expecting you.
What do we say to the god of death? The Eldar's over there.
Well, it depends on whose god of death it is, doesn't it, really?
It's true. Well,
The
we don't
Eldar are
have-
big on the god of death at the minute, aren't they? That whole Inari thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we don't have one, so it's definitely the Eldar's over there.
the avatar of Yanid.
Nice.
Right. So so then we go to our joyful Inquisitor to try and
Joyful
finish
Inquisitor.
off the fight.
Right. I will try and shoot this guy with my bolt pistol.
Everybody loves the bolt pistol.
Yeah, it's between this or collateral damage. So, or bonking them with the stick.
So
Managed
it
to
is a
get-
hit.
Yep.
What was the damage on the bolt pistol?
10 with 1 extra die.
Yep, and I'll roll it that just now. So hopefully my
Splendid.
internet won't crash when I roll a die. That would be a bad event to occur. One again.
You want to get a different dice app.
Yeah.
So
I know
that's
what it'll turn
11
into.
points of damage. So 8, take 3. Big chunks of carapace go raining around the place. And then your tech priest gets to try and take a shot as well. Pew.
With his little fly squatter.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted for him to bring out that omniscient axe that he's got, but
The
I don't want
omniscient
him
axe
that
would definitely
close to
do-
anything.
The omniscient axe would definitely do some damage.
If it hit.
He does manage to hit if he's got the
He
draft die.
does, yeah,
And that gets us a glory point as well. 'cause
it
it's
does.
6.
So there's another glory point for squad you guys.
Oh, blimey,
Yeah,
okay.
we've got 2 glory points, guys.
So he
Squad
hits doing 7 point. Oh no, it's not 7 points of damage. It's 7 damage. Got to get that right. I keep looking at the 7 and thinking, oh, it's 7 points of damage with 1 extra damage. So 8 points of damage. Their resilience is 8 though, so it doesn't take any.
Think.
But
Plinky.
you know, it's kind of rude.
Yeah, he's perturbed by the
Ha,
shot.
take that irritation.
And then, Roger, we're back around to you. This one remaining Gene Stealer hybrid has just steamrolled into you and started ripping your shoulder pauldrons
Or
off,
trying to.
or trying to with its claws.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. So
Shrieking metal.
yeah, so I'm
I
gonna go
think
it
he's
with
just scratched your insignia, you know.
The chapter symbol.
right, okay. I am gonna
That's a
jam
funny
my
looking bird
Astartes
now.
combat knife
I could see this coming.
into its throat and haul it down while picking it up by its head to literally bisect the thing. Because this has just damaged my chapter symbol, and that is just not cricket. Over 40k space cricket.
Space cricket. You play with the head of Xenos.
Hey.
And the wickets are actually those giant blackstone towers that turned out to be
Oh, I'm gonna use a wrath points to re-roll that because that
a
was
wise
shocking.
decision.
He hits though, doesn't he? Because he's got 3.
He does hit.
They've only got
Oh, okay. If
Yeah,
Maybe
you
we've
got
got
3
3.
to hit.
if I hit, I'm not worried. Cool. I won't bother re-rolling that then. So, damage. Hey, so I get an extra one. So it's 14 damage.
Less 8 is 6, more than sufficient. So
So
you
yeah, pick
ram
him up
your
by his head,
combat
knife into
up.
his throat, and drag them apart. So other than his head, he is literally in 2.
You turn him into a skin
And then
bag
hurl it at the wall.
where it lands with a wet slap and slides down, leaving a smear of blood against the bulkhead as it does.
Asta.
You have eliminated the threat to your onward progression.
It's safe
And-
for you to advance, Inquisitor.
And now there's a
Thank you.
auto cannon just sitting there, waiting for someone very large to pick it up.
So the trigger on said autocannon.
It's actually a vehicle autocannon. It was supposed to be a vehicle-mounted autocannon.
Yeah.
So what they've got is they've got like a couple of loose wires that they just sort of brush together to fire it.
But is it movable for
However-
us with our super soldier?
You have a super soldier and a tech priest.
Ooh, ooh la
I'm sure
la.
I'm sure we could jerry rig something, right?
Yeah.
Would you like an autocannon?
It would be nice this time
Let's-
of year.
let's
They're in
see.
season.
They are in season.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because I know a human couldn't pick it up and walk it around, but an Astartes can. And they have.
Autocannon's the new bolt rifle.
So that's 9 successes from the.
After about 10 minutes of microsurgery and welding and various technical wizardry and much incanting of holy scripture and liturgy and catechism and such like, the tech priest manages to mount the autocannon on your damaged shoulder.
Well, I would have to hold it. I would imagine it's quite bulky rather than it being literally.
It's just like big old Gatling gun style thing. He shoulder mounts it so you can still stab things with your knife.
I have a shoulder-mounted autocannon.
You have a shoulder-mounted autocannon.
I mean, that's like 30 cannon, 30 KS, right? They used to hold them on the shoulders.
No, they used to hold them like that.
I
mean, you can't use.
I don't care. I've got an
bolter at
autocannon
the same time, but you have got a shoulder-mounted autocannon.
I just have to believe in the Emperor, and I can.
As it turns out, yes, you do actually have to believe in the Emperor to fire it because he's wired it into the suit. He's wired it into your Mark 10 armor. So it is under conscious control.
I have an. Oh my god, I love it! I love everything about it.
You are essentially the Gravis captain guy from the Imperial Fist, or Gadon, with the giant grav cannon on his shoulder, or the Iron Fist guy. It's just like the big cannons on their shoulders. That's now you. It's gonna look epic.
Marvelous,
Lieutenant. You'll be taking the front.
Yeah,
I shall.
I'm just going to use my bone shard to see if I can heal some wounds up because I heal. Oh, 2 successes, so I get 5. I heal 5 wounds.
I'll ask the tech priest if he can look at my injuries.
Just replace Marine's head with gun.
That is an anime.
I need the head to operate the gun. But I will
head.
happily have a second shoulder-mounted one and have twin-linked autocannons on my shoulders. I think that might be a bit extreme even for a Marine.
Just responding to someone.
Is it with yes, he does now have an autocannon?
No,
And Pete going, what are you doing?
Hey, he doesn't get much more 40k than an auto
yeah,
cannon.
basically what I'm saying is CCXCZ said, are there any more roleplay heavy games? Yes, there are. We've got loads of roleplay heavy. We've got some combat heavy, some roleplay heavy. This is more of a combat heavy one because it's a short game. What you find is the longer games tend to be a little bit more roleplay heavy.
So Pathfinder and
I mean, they've said that they watched Path of the Pilgrim and loved the role-playing nature of that. I'm trying to think some of our older shows.
Flint and Steel has got
Flint and Steel's got a lot of role-playing.
It's got a mixture of combat and roleplay.
The Starfinder 2-shot had a lot of role-playing in. Spire.
Zweihander, the one.
Zweihander. Yeah. If you take a look on the YouTube channel, we've got a lot of our older shows which have got a lot of heavy RP in. The reason that this one's a bit more combat heavy is because it's kind of A, a meat grinder, and B, a good way of learning the system quite quickly. If this was a campaign style game, there'd be a lot more role-playing.
So does the tech priest have a look at?
The tech priest has a look at your injury with his Medicae limb.
That's 8 successes.
Yeah, those are pretty spectacular successes as well. So he goes in and does some fairly quick. That Medicae arm that he's got is really, really good.
He's probably using that while he's fixing the autocannon.
Yeah, mechadendrite. Yeah. So he's up there with 2 of his arms fixing the autocannon while this third arm's around here poking away at your chest and shoulder.
Yes. Wow. So Lieutenant,
incidentally, my bases that I was working on turned out to work out quite well on my Space Marines. Little rock salt crystals glued down with PVA mixed with Armageddon dust, and then dyed with a little bit of Cassandora yellow. So
smashing. Cool. Right. All right. I will start advancing in the direction we need to go in.
Aldari, you're behind him.
As you wish, Inquisitor.
Yep. And Priest, you're behind me. Right, let's go off and kill some more gene sealers and also get whatever's in the vault
So-
and not die. Hopefully.
There's an elevator shaft right next to you. It's currently sealed.
Oh.
Doesn't take much for the tech priest to open it because it's not exactly sealed by incredibly competent technicians.
I'm assuming this is a heavy duty elevator shaft.
Yes, but there is no elevator in it. Instead, what you've got is some sort of homemade wooden scaffolding that runs up the inside of this thing that they've clearly used to get up to this higher level from further down. It looks like it's about 4 floors down.
Okay, well, I can go walk down the side of the metal shaft, but
I was going to say, Lieutenant, stay here because you're heavy. Well, the 3 of us will go down the elevator.
I don't need to step on the wood.
I know, but
He's got
let us go down first.
I can walk down the sides.
But isn't it? I'm sure it's blocking the way. Like we have to let it go down first, or is it already down?
Just spiral his way down, can't he?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lift's down there somewhere.
Right. Okay. So we have to bring
Looks
it up.
to be
Okay,
about
you
4
go down
floors
first,
down
right?
with all this wooden scaffolding in the way.
How nice of them to
So
send.
if
the
you're
ele-
walking down the scaffolding, he can just
sorry.
clunk up on the side wall
Yeah.
and go around that way. It's going to be good core exercise for your abs.
Okay. Right. I follow. Yes.
Something I'm sure a space marine needs to work on.
Yeah, I mean, you know how quickly they turn to flab, right?
Yeah. I was a space marine once.
And then you took a
Then you
last
took an
round
arrow
to
to
the
the knee. They said as one. Right, Rog, can you please make an athletics check?
probably.
Not going to be super difficult.
Where the hell's athletics? There.
Top of the skills. Probably only need 2 successes. It's just a not falling off roll.
I got 7.
You do not fall off.
I also have bionic legs, which probably help.
Yeah, I imagine so. You occasionally do a couple of side crunches on your way down.
But no, I'm just making it look as casual as possible.
So you make your way down this little square spiral staircase that's built into the wall of the elevator shaft. And 4 floors down, you come to the top of an unmoving elevator, which looks to have been welded in place. And there's a hatch in the ceiling of it, which is open, and darkness below.
Is it big enough for me to fit through?
Yes.
Excellent.
Just.
I'm just going to say it's going to turn to Wallace and Gromit, where you just get stuck midway through.
It's the wrong power armor, Gromit.
It looks like it was probably built to fit a Terminator through if it had to.
Yeah.
And you're not that much different in size.
Especially with an autocannon strapped to my shoulder. So
Oh, that's the point. Dan, can you look up the autocannon so that we've got the stats ready for when Roger needs to shoot it?
So looking through the floor, can I see anything? Because obviously I've got my night vision, etc.
It looks like the door on the inside is closed. So the lift door's shut, which is why it's dark in there. It's an empty lift.
So there's a floor there.
Yeah, there's a floor right there. You can just clonk, drop down onto the floor, and you're in a lift that the door is shut on.
Okay,
There's no power to the lift, so it is going to be a case of prying it open.
Okay, yeah, I'll drop in. And then I'll wait for the others to turn up.
I mean, I imagine the Eldar was like jumping around, almost trying to race the Astartes down.
I was walking casual
Yeah, the Eldar was trying to race you.
while listing lazily to the left.
Yeah,
on
but
my
you would have
walk
made
down.
it look like you weren't trying to race.
Yeah, I would have made it look completely and utterly effortless, just jumping and flipping.
Though in fairness, the way you probably move, you could literally have just walked to the edge, dropped down a floor, caught the ledge, dropped down a floor, caught the ledge. Dink, 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 dink. So you all make it down to the floor of the elevator.
Okay, right. I will
Down
try and prise open the lift doors.
It is not a challenge for you. You wedge your Astartes knife in and crank it open a little bit. The corridor beyond is dark and silent, but if you make an awareness check,
Is that all of us or
just him for now, because he's the first one going through the gap, if you like.
4. Oh, yeah. So 6s give you extra.
Yeah, 6s count as 2.
Okay, so 6.
Yeah, there's another ambush ahead. They are clearly waiting for you to open that door before ambushing you.
Right, this time we're not going to go like the last guys, okay? Shh.
What it's waiting at the end? Is it another auto cannon or?
You can't tell what's out there. Oh, you can. I know you can see in the dark, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
It looks more like a firing squad.
Okay. How far away are they?
They're about 30 meters away on the
Okay.
other side of the lift. Wait, 24 meters away.
Exactly.
Can I sprint at them and then hose them with fire?
Oh, I thought you were going to throw grenades.
I thought he was going to use his new autocannon.
Yeah, that as well.
Well, I don't. I'm a bit concerned that an autocannon might work like my bolter, and I only shoot one of them. So I kind of want to torch.
Flamer them.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
because I can run and fire the flamer, and I'm pretty quick because of my bionic legs. Actually, let me move faster.
Yeah, there's a +1 difficulty thing for firing it and running. So you do suffer a penalty for running and firing.
But yes, you can do that.
Yeah, so you'll just need +1 on top of their current defense.
Okie dokie, let's give this a crack.
I've got the autocannon
Lay 'em
stacked,
on.
so let me know when you want them.
I've got a lot of successes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
So,
9 successes.
if I'm rightly, you
No,
can
no,
shift.
this is the flamer.
You can shift with that.
You can shift with that. So one of the things you can do is you can shift your
Oh,
sixes.
and I got a wrath dice.
Yeah, if you got a 6, you can shift it to either gain extra information, do more damage, improve the quality of something you make, go faster.
Okay, I'm assuming I can only use one of the 3 6s for that.
Pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
will up I will up the damage.
Okay, so extra damage. So one of your 6s converts into an extra damage dice. Still a very, very comfortable hit. Roll your damage.
Ooh, I got a 6, so 2 more.
So 2 extra damage on top of your basic.
So 12
12.
to everyone within 3 meters.
Okay, so you
There's a-
throw
basically-
open the door of the lift shaft and immediately launch yourself into a sprint. Now remember, because of your bionic legs, you actually run faster. It's not subtle, it's not stealthy, but it is quicker because you don't have to worry about oxygenating those stupid lower limbs.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'd know we're through from the wrenching sound of the
Yeah,
lift.
the wrenching sound
So-
of the lift, and then you throw yourself out into them. I am going to let you act sort of simultaneously. Oh, no, you've got loads of extra success. So if you shift one of those into gut shooting first,
All right, I will do that. I'm sure
Yeah.
why not.
so you shoot first, and you did how much damage?
12. So everyone within 3 meters.
Everyone. There is a shrieking, burning, crackling noise, and the whole group go up in flames.
You can also shift for a glory point.
I think I'm already using 2 of them. I think I'd need the other one to actually hit. So better leave that one.
Yeah. You literally throw yourself into the group, and as you approach, you turn on the flamer and you kind of hose down this little firing squad that's waiting for you just as they're about to shoot. They've all
Can I use
got
the glory point for anything? Because we've got 3 of them.
glory points,
Set your
increase
ends.
pools, increase severity, increase damage, increase initiative. I wouldn't waste it if I were you.
Okay.
These are neophyte
Scrubs?
hybrids
Oh, okay.
rather than the advanced hybrids.
All right.
They're like the farmer guys, only they're the armed versions.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were like, right, we're not going to go like those guys. Shh.
And they've all got like auto guns and auto pistols.
oh
It
okay.
look like Imperial Guard issue
Oh, okay.
kit that they're pointing at you. But before they even get a shot off, you're in amongst them and setting fire to them, and you just sweep the flamer through them, and their screams are filtered by your headset, and the smell of burning flesh is removed, but you know it's there and you remember what it smells like.
Okay, I'm assuming I don't sense any more hostiles nearby.
Within seconds, the entire corridor is lit by burning clothes, the occasional flak vest,
And the crackling and popping of skin, I would imagine.
Yeah, tattered remnants of Imperial Guard uniform that have been handed down for dozens, if not hundreds of generations.
Aldari, I would
Yep.
pop them there just to make sure he's killed everything. I'm sure he has, but just double check.
Yeah,
So
these guys have
Actually, make
resilience
sure
of
he's
6
not-
and 3 wounds.
Make sure he's staying there, not chasing to kill more things. Just, yeah.
Probably
So
one
like, yeah. Tenson kind of like pops around the corner and sees all this flame blazing, and almost like sees like the Marine. If he had didn't have his helmet on, he would almost have like a
Flames
cackling,
in the eyes.
yeah, as he's burning them all. And Tenson just goes back to the Inquisitor and goes, "I believe he's handling the situation, Inquisitor."
Excellent. Let us proceed. We'll move through. I'm assuming lots of dead bodies lying around now on fire.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
We will proceed. Yeah, we'll just go forward because, the more guards there are, the more likely they are trying to stop us getting to where we need to go. So that's good.
And thank you, CCXCZ, thank you for the kudos for the vibe in the Pilgrim. It made me really happy to see proper tea room and gin designed by someone who didn't only see Disney's Aladdin.
Oh,
I'm glad you approved.
yes.
I grew up in the Middle East, so I was a little bit more exposed to Middle Eastern stories and traditions than a lot of people would, so it helped.
Right. What's the path look like? Is it just a straight corridor forward, or what's the
right
dealio?
down here? Now that it's lit, you've got more of that sort of semi-organic, but it looks less advanced down here. You've got sort of mosses and fungi growing on ducts and pipes. Much earlier on for the biologists among you, it's early in the succession of plant life. Whereas the farms upstairs were much later in it, and obviously why they were growing things there. Down here, you've got thick mosses, lichen, spores, low-level, primitive plant life.
Yeah,
growing
like
in this
Eldar.
corridor.
it's kind of like a rainforest as well, in a sense, like the
Yeah, it's hot. It's
like
damp.
trophic. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dope.
it's even hotter because there's a pile of burning corpses.
Yes. It's getting hot in here. Right, okay, let's proceed. Yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll go in the direction that they were trying to prevent us going in with their...
Well, we know where
Surprise
we need
attack.
to go, so
Yes.
Yeah, you are definitely deep in their territory now. You can see markings on the walls, graffiti, street signs, like directions not directions for how to get places, but the names of places that you don't recognize. All looks vaguely heretical.
Heresy. You know what we do with heresy, don't you?
Purge?
Purge it and burn it. Oh wait, I'm Elder.
and what do we do with heresy? Points dies on floor.
Mm. I think we have been doing something wrong with the ranged weapons. They have a salvo stat, which I think means that's the amount of shots they make.
I think
Oh.
that's if you switch to auto fire, isn't it? I think you can do a salvo, which is their version of auto fire. I hadn't mentioned it because I didn't want to think about it.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah, well, we got 45 minutes. Let's get to the vault and kill some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
keep
You have to
looking,
reload.
Dan.
You
Yeah.
have to reload afterwards.
To
So yeah,
reload
you
after.
exactly that. Is that you can
You empty the
improve?
gun.
Yeah, you basically empty the gun. It's just because I noticed that the autocannon had salvo free, so you can essentially fire it 3 times. But after that, you have to reload it.
Yeah, I don't have spare ammo. Once it's gone, it's gone.
And you're strength 10, aren't you, with your power armor?
I think he's more than that with the power armor.
Either way, the weapon has a
10,
competency. Yeah, the weapon has a competency value of 8, which means you wouldn't be able to wield it unless you had strength 8 or above. But as you're a Space Marine, you're definitely okay.
Right. So
Onward.
the rest of these areas look to be fairly deserted. It looks like they are expecting you.
Yeah.
From your tactical expertise, Inquisitor, it would seem that they have clearly got notification that you're coming. They've set up 3 ambush sites, if you like. But the most recent 2 have been ambush sites that showed that they knew you were coming even after the Gene Stealers were sent to stop you. So they have some form of communication going on between them.
Yes.
We are now concealed, and I've potencied it, so we've got +2 defense and +2 stealth at the moment. I figured we need to be kind of hiding, and that's kind of why the Eldar's here, to make things harder for the enemy.
Yes. Okay then.
Yeah, so
I kind of have a vision. I am envisioning what they're probably going to do, which is not going to be fun if we're not prepared. But we have
what they would likely do. Let's take a look at your skills. And
if I was to guess,
make a scholar check, which is 4 dice.
Okay.
You can roll them.
Yeah.
To keep you busy.
Yeah, exactly. A 6, a 5, a 3, and a 2.
That's 3 successes, which is enough. Your awareness is that Gene Stealers run in broods. So what they'll do is they send out the weaker members further and further afield, and they sort of expand in that way. The younger, smaller, weaker members of the group get further and further out, and they conglomerate power around a central location. They have like a big daddy, a brood patriarch who is centralized. From what you can tell, this level appears to be their nest. So somewhere nearby, possibly between you and the vault, is going to be the patriarch.
Yeah. Well, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Just keep throwing guys at us until by the time we're at the actual place, they don't want to lose that. We're all weakened. But thank goodness that's not the case. We'll be fine. We've got a gun. Yeah.
Let's advance more stealthily.
Yes, well, I've activated conceal. Also, Ben, have we got any closer to the 3 spirit stones that I sensed earlier?
Yes, you have. They are on this level.
Okay.
In fact, they are on this level and off to the left, whereas the vault is straight ahead.
How can I sense how far off to the left?
Probably about 50, 60 meters away. Sorry, my cat's trying to break out into the conservatory to see me. I know, he ran away.
Okay, so the group's all sort of moving along, aren't they, along the channel?
I'm myself and the priest are behind you. I've made sure of it.
Oh, so they'd notice if I ducked away.
Yes.
Fair enough. We shall continue along the path.
Yeah, you can pick them up. Well, we can sort all the warp stuff. It's not an issue.
I mean, the Inquisitor would not divert his mission for my spirit stones.
No, I'm saying once everything's done,
them.
you can duck out, is what I'm saying. Because once we go and kill whatever's in here, we'll be fixing the warp drive. So I'm saying to you, Dan, you could totally sneak out while we're distracted.
Okay.
Although the Inquisitor might be interested in them.
That's very true.
If he was aware of them.
Yeah, I haven't made anyone aware of them yet.
So would be super interested in them.
So you might be able to play it or try and play them in order to get them.
All right, so you continue down this corridor. The sort of primitive life growing on the sides of the bulkheads sort of peters out after a short while. And you come to another big open area with the rusted and decayed remains of tanks lined up, ready for deployment. The drop ships that they should have deployed from are all missing. There is a single drop ship left in this hangar, and loads of rusty, crap old tanks and armaments. There are a number of armories nearby as well, but you can't see into those. And then in the middle of all of these tanks, you can see this huge ceramite vault. Triple locked, heavily sealed. It's almost like a cathedral in its own right.
Okay. But it's
Boss
in
fight.
this thing.
It's
but
right
there's-
in the middle of this hangar, and stood right by the front door, you can see 3 pure strain gene stealers.
Yeah.
And they're
that's always
literally
fun.
stood in front of the door being like, come at me, fam.
Can they see us? Can we stealth? Because we're
I think we
currently-
were stealthing. But
You
I
were
Yeah.
stealthing. They haven't seen you yet, but they know you want to come here because this is
so they're
the main
prepared for
thing.
us, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They're-
practicing their one-liners.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
practicing their one-liners. They've got like, and
Yeah.
and they're warming those up like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Cracking their knuckles there, then
Yeah.
cracking their knuckles there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the arms just.
I was thinking of going with a. Oh really? Yeah. I was thinking of
Okey
going
doke.
with just like a classic.
Let's see if we can sneak up on them a bit more.
Yeah.
Want to get a bit closer.
He wants to try out his new toy, doesn't he?
Yeah, salvo it. Boom, boom, boom. And then
Yeah.
the 3 of us.
So
go for
big,
the
these
shot.
big purple and blue carapaced forms are sort of in and out the bodies of tanks. It's difficult to get like a long range bead on them. You can see them moving around, but they've got the bodies of tanks and jeeps and trucks and armored personnel carriers sort of pulled up around them in like a little shield. And you can sneak up to the other side of the shield without too much difficulty. It's if you want to go beyond the shield without being detected.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm trying to get about 24 meters away,
Approximately.
give or take.
Only don't give,
Okay, yeah, that.
because otherwise it changes your range increment.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get within about 24 meters of them.
All right, so make a stealth check at +2. Naya, are you hanging back?
Yeah. Yes, I've got a pistol and a stick. I stole
What's
the pistol from
amazing-
a corpse.
I only got
Uh,
4.
Yeah, but +2, so you get 6 in total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and the priest are watching this from afar.
What's
Within
awareness
shooting
come off
range.
of?
4.
Is it intellect?
Yes.
Yeah, awareness is intellect, yes.
Do you only get 4 dice for stealth then? That seems very
Yeah.
low.
Right.
However, they only got 3 successes.
They only got 3 successes to detect. So they'll detect you, Dan.
No, because I
no,
got
he gets
4, 'cause I
+2.
get
Oh,
+2.
you got, of course, you got your +2, yeah. So they don't detect you approaching. One of them kind of looks you away
There's like a shimmer.
as you're creeping up. And there's a shimmer. Love the way you do that. Now I got Groover's in the Heart stuck in my head.
So yeah, so we're slowly approaching.
Okay.
Managed
so-
to approach into the range that you were looking for.
So are they spread out? Are they?
They
kind of
are
together?
quite spread out, yeah. They're not all like stood next to each other, like smoking a tab and drinking a Tennant Super Brew.
Wouldn't it be great if they were though?
That would be very good.
It'd be a nightmare holding the cans though, wouldn't it? Because every time they gripped a little bit too tight with those rending claws, not another beer.
That's why they're on the Super Brew.
Yeah.
They can't
Is that-
afford high quality beers.
Is there any other noise about at the moment, or is it just?
There is a deep low thrum from the engines
Is it
penetrating this far.
Is it steady, or is it kind of?
No, it's more.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a crack grenade at one of them and timing it for one of the worms for when it lands, so they don't know where it's come from.
Okay. You know,
I'll
you're in
take
a
it-
descriptive game when people go, I'm timing it for one of the worms.
And I
Basically,
take it then they're not within a meter of each other, are they? So,
No, they are not.
So no hitting multiple, Roger.
Ooh, that's only 4. It's probably not very good.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll that because I'm
Okay.
guessing that is not enough to hit.
That is
one.
not enough to hit a pure strain gene stealer.
Oh, it's only a 4 again.
Jesus, can I use a wrath or a glory point?
It would cost you a glory point to roll an extra dice.
Jesus, an extra dice.
It increases your pool by that glory point.
Yep.
Sod it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Two more
2.
successes.
It's all right. Still got 2 of them.
Yeah, we do.
Right, so you throw your crack grenade.
Crack. And let's see if we can
Do
do
some
bad
damage.
things to one of them. Hey, it's a 6. So that is
2 extra points of damage.
16 damage at AP minus 2.
Oh, so 9, 10, 11 wounds. Can you make a stealth check as well to see if you manage to time it to the one?
The other two are just like did you hear something? Shh.
So I got
6.
6 successes.
Yes, you timed it perfectly, and you threw a grenade, and it hits the one that's looking at you in the back because it goes over his head and lands on his back. So it looks like it doesn't come from your direction because there's no way anybody could have done that, right?
Yeah.
And it explodes right on a weaker and more fleshy part of his carapace, bisecting one of these gene stealers and sending the front half skidding towards you and the back half sliding back towards the other two.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to give the other two a chance to try and find you again. 'Cause now they're using active awareness rather than passive awareness.
Yeah, and the grenade just went off right next to him. Even
Yes.
if you timed it in the womb, they definitely would have heard it.
You say
see-
that, and
I can-
yet
I
1,
can see
2,
the arse of their
7,
brain.
no.
5,
8,
6,
9.
7, 8, 9, 6,
Yeah,
10.
there's-
10 successes to see you. You are 9 feet tall wearing power armor.
With an
Yeah,
auto cannon.
there's only so
strapped
much
to his
air I can
torso.
shimmer.
So they see you and they both dart towards you at full speed. Now, when they are steaming at you,
I've been drinking Super Brew then.
yeah,
They're steaming.
They've still got a can of Tennant Supra.
that's in one of the human style hands. That's not the
Yeah.
rending claws.
Of course, yeah.
They used the rending claws to open it to show off.
The second one also comes towards you. He's seizing the initiative, so they're running towards you. Can they? Yeah, they have to use rending claws. It's the only thing they've got. Rendy.
Yeah, they can't really use pistols.
No.
It's not really.
So the
Are
two
they,
of them.
Are they close enough to get in? Because I was 24 meters away from the closest one.
They move pretty fast, don't they?
They do
They
move
but I'm
fast.
not quite sure how that works.
So how do you work out move? Speed 8. So no, they can't cross that much distance.
No, because
I'm
even if
assuming
they
running
went
is
to,
double.
yeah, if they went
Running is
run-
double, which is 16.
Mm-hmm.
So it still isn't 24. And a double run takes up all of their actions, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Unless
Well, they take a
have
double.
assault
They
shot.
both take a double run to come at you, which uses up their actions. And Roger's being Dan.
I now I know they've seen us. I'm going to switch out my power, and I'm going to cast Protect instead.
Cunning thinking.
Yep. And I'm going to cast, and I'm going to use my extra icon to push it to the next level. So both me and Roger now have +2 resilience.
Ooh, tasty.
Ooh, that is
More for the fact that the giant space marine is right in front of me, is about to get hit by some gene stealers. So I've essentially gone, and I'm now sustaining a different power. To
It's
protect
interesting.
him.
I can tell that you're quite tall, Dan, because of the way that your characters fight. as a short man, I learned to, when I was LARPing, I learned to fight by going up in with a shield wall and taking a knee, dropping down to fight. Because I was short, there was no point in me trying to fight high. So I would fight with a tall guy, and he would always go high, and they would always defend, and I would always go low. And fight like a tall man fights.
Yeah.
I'm going up here. So you are both extra armored.
Yeah. +2 resilience. Obviously, I'm still keeping my position sort of behind the Space Marine because I can see these two Gene Stealers running at us. I'm thinking the Monkai can die first.
So now you hear a crack grenade go off. Sorry, Inquisitor, you hear a crack grenade go off from behind the barrier. What do you want to do?
I have a gun.
You got you and the Tech Priest. At the minute, you can't see the Gene Stealers because you stayed out of their way. You could move around and take a shot.
I could. I think I might do that. I also have my stick.
Well, you wouldn't want to face an autocannon without that.
Bonk.
Bonk. Yeah, I might put another Margus in just so that you can have a stick fight.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll run to an angle where I can see them and shoot them with the bolt pistol. It's going to do nothing, but might annoy them.
Say that bolt pistols are quite good.
It is a mini rocket launcher.
I know, but knowing my luck.
Yeah, there is that. Right. So Shooty McShootersons.
Ballistic skill and agility.
Oh yeah. It is. Sorry, because I haven't got the bolt pistol on there, have I? Because we never.
Yeah, ballistic skill and agility.
Oh no, 3 successes.
Yeah, only 3 successes is not enough to so much as scratch the surface on a pure strain, is it? So like your bolt hits
They're very
it
fast moving
and then careens off of its carapace before exploding in the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Not perfectly timed with a vom.
No.
The Tech Priest
I'll
takes a
have time
shot
for
with
that.
his las pistol, and I'm not even going to bother rolling it because
Hey, you could roll 500 sixes, right? On
No.
the dice.
The pair of us are just standing in
well, that's not what he's
thing.
there for.
No.
There you go.
I was joking. A last
He
pistol.
got 4. He got 4 successes. I'm
You
just
did
saying.
get 4 successes. Pew.
Then turns to me kind of with a bit of incredulity. I mean, I can do better than you, just saying, you know.
Rog, it comes back around to you. You've got these 2 Gene Stealers that are going to hit you in the next go. The air around you has taken on a slightly thicker consistency, and you can see the Eldar Witch focusing on their alien magics.
I'm going to draw the combat knife, kind of take a kind of braced stance, and then open fire with the shoulder-mounted autocannon.
So you're pulling out this, come get me.
Or no, it's basically, I'm about to fire an autocannon. If you're not familiar, it's sort of what APC, you know, a heavy armored APC in the modern world does, like a 20, 30 millimeter gun.
Yeah.
So I'm bracing because
You're bracing for that, but you make it look like you're challenging them to a knife fight first.
Well, I'm not wearing Gravis armor, so my armor isn't designed to fire this kind of weapon.
It's not.
So I'm bracing to fire it.
Open fire.
And I have no idea what I need to.
You can just use your ballistic skill roll. So if you go into the skills
Ballistic skill
page,
agility, yeah.
I'll
and
just
you click
roll
on
that.
ballistic skill dice, it adds agility automatically.
Oh, that's only 4 successes. That's probably not enough. I am going to use a.
You have just been given a wrath point.
I'm going to use one of our 2 remaining glory points to add another dice first.
Yay!
Hey.
You're good at glory points.
It's because, you know, Space Marine Lieutenant, he is the glory.
It is for
The
the glory
Emperor's
of the
glory.
Empire. Yeah.
So yeah, I hit it with an autocannon.
You hit it with an autocannon.
I have no
Okay.
idea what this
Here we
does.
go. I have the
What's
It's
the
a
base
base
damage?
damage of 16.
Oh, wow.
That's a good start.
It's
I'm
an
glad I didn't get hit with that.
extra damage dice roll of a 1. So you get to roll an
Okay.
extra 1 dice damage, and it is AP -1.
Nice.
So
Okay.
roll your
Roll an
1d6.
extra d6.
It's a
Ooh.
6, so he gets 2 more
6.
points of damage.
So
So
boy.
18 points of
damage minus 1 AP.
Your shot.
And if I can, I want to shoot it in the mouth.
Oh, God, yes. As it's opening its mouth and its long serpentine tongue is sort of curling out towards you, razor sharp teeth. You can see saliva glistening on its fangs as it looms in towards you. You look into its mouth, target the autocannon, and fire a round straight down its throat, ripping it into 2 halves. The 2 halves of the Gene Stealer, as they're coming for you, split and go in separate directions. And the Gene Stealer kind of slides to either side of your feet, leaving a bloody pile of innards in front of you.
the elder kind of cringes because the smell is awful.
Oh, the smell is not nice. That's what filters are for.
Just like click your helmet, a little bit of, magnolia comes through.
That'll do, witch. That'll do.
The second one, however,
Yeah, this is the
Still very
bad
much
times.
alive.
is still going to try and stack you. So he comes in, flailing away with his
Rending claws.
rending claws. There's your rending claws.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do
And
it.
like I said, at hit stage, if you get any extra 6s, this is where you could activate rending.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
activating
so-
rending.
Minus 4. Eek.
He's got rending 2, so
So minus 4.
minus 4. Yeah.
And then you roll his damage dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's definitely a hit, isn't it?
Yeah. He's only
My
got
defense is 3.
Oh, okay. Right, 12 plus 4. So
I may hit
4
like a truck,
extra
but I'm also the
dice.
size of one.
So 2 extra points of damage.
2 extra points of damage. So it slams into you, both claws outstretched in front of it. 12 points of damage. No, 13 points of damage.
-4.
Minus 4. So
But you've
effectively
effectively got +2.
17.
But you've got +2
So-
at the moment, don't forget.
So
I'm
only 3
So-
wounds.
15.
You've just been hit by a 9-foot-tall pure stain Gene Stealer moving at the speed of a moving truck with both of its claws outstretched. And you took 3 wounds.
I'm a psychically enhanced space marine.
Yeah.
I'm currently giving him +2 defense. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's a +2
Tier
resilience
4
from that.
Is
It's-
rude.
There's a
Yeah,
reason the
first,
Inquisitor
folks.
went, I want that one.
Yeah. And
I
he's
could
now
take this-
cowering.
I could take
behind-
this guy with the las gun, or I could take that 9-foot tall guy wearing tank armor, carrying
Clearly-
an automatic rocket launcher.
It wasn't the Eldar that protected you. It was clearly the Emperor.
Damn right.
Yeah.
The Emperor protects.
Hey Gil says, "Is this like Alien? Only you're not totally incompetent in a fight."
No, we're the aliens. We're actually, think of it this
No,
way.
no,
Beowulf
that's-
says
that's the
it's
Alien.
basically player catharsis after the Alien campaign.
It's novel being able to like rip xenomorphs in half.
Yeah,
Oh, it is. Like we are the xenomorphs in this now. These Gene Stealers were just like
we've invaded their home. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just defending my home.
Hey,
They
technically
did
they
steal this
stole
home from
our
the
home.
Empire.
They did. But I'm saying
Granted, it was
like the
10,000
role
years ago.
reversal. Yeah.
Hey, it's too soon.
I take it it's coming around to me.
Yes, it is your go.
Okay.
That Gene Stealer has pushed its way through your thickening defenses and still managed to penetrate his armor as well. That gives you an indication of just how powerful this thing is.
Yeah.
That and the fact that the last one you met nearly tore you in half.
Oh,
However-
yeah. However, he is about to be cooked something horrible. Okay, so I've just cast Smite on him. You said it's 5 I needed to. Is it the defense 5? Is it?
Defense is
Yeah.
5, yeah.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes. I am going to
So you can use one of
absolutely.
your 6s.
I can use multiples of my 6s, I think, because I've got 8 successes. So I'm going to use two more
Go
of my
below
6s.
5.
Will it take me below 5?
Yeah, if you use 2 of them, it will take you from 8 successes to 4, and that'll miss. You can only
Okay.
use one, 'cause
Okay,
they're
I'll use
bleeding
one.
Injury.
And then I will roll a d3. Is there a d3? There is no d3 function in this game.
Just
Slash roll
a
D3.
Yeah.
Slash roll space D3.
Slash roll space and d3.
It will roll you a dice of any size number.
Oh, that's no fun.
It's not.
So
Oh.
D2.
So
It
I've
will
done,
roll a
coin.
D2 for you.
Yeah, it's just a
I've
coin.
done 3 mortal wounds to it.
What's the difference between regular and mortal?
I'm
You
assuming
don't
that
get any.
means
You
it
don't
can't
get any
soak it.
resilience. Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
okay.
soak it.
It
It
cannot
just goes.
soak.
No,
So it takes
takes
3
3.
weeks.
It's like actual Warhammer.
it's just like zap.
Yeah.
Oh, you magic zapped him.
Yeah, I smited him. I did smite.
Ooh.
You smote him.
I smote him. He is
I
smoten.
smote my enemy and cast his ruin upon the mountain.
There we go. Smite, not very powerful. I thought it'd be a bit more powerful than that.
You did roll a 1.
Psychomantia. No, Narodnik Zika has just given you another glory point. Somebody's been
Oh.
saving up their
For the
growths.
glory, for the glory.
Hey, thank you very much.
We're back up. We're back up to 2 glory points.
Yeah.
If you can give 2 rerolls, Ashradel, you could either give 2 people rerolls or you could give 1 glory point, which can be used for
can I
a
use
cocktail
my
of
wrath?
effects.
Can I use my wrath point to reroll my damage on my D3?
No, I asked
No.
that. You can't roll that.
Okay.
No, it's for rerolling if you miss,
Yeah.
not
okay.
for rerolling
Makes-
damage. If you hit,
makes
there's no
sense.
point in rerolling.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Anyway, yeah. So I magically zap him.
You magically zap him, and he kind of twitches and curls in on himself a little bit as the energies of the warp course through you. Glory effects will do increased pulls, increased severity, more damage, or let them steal initiative to answer Ashradel's question.
Yes.
Yes, Inquisitor, steal the initiative. Hit it with a stick.
Well, it's my go, isn't it? 'Cause
It's your go anyway.
I'll steal it anyway. I could ramp in here with a stick if I really
Please
wanted
don't.
to. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna shoot it again. Just like I'm like the stormtroopers, you know. I'm shooting just to look like I'm doing something. Even though
That's
I'm not.
got me through all of high school PE.
Oh,
no,
that's 4.
no, it's 4 successes.
That's
No,
4
that's fine.
successes. Unless
It
you
looks
want to
okay
spend
for you.
your wrath point to re-roll.
No, because I don't know if these the bosses or not.
He's most definitely not the bosses. At least I'm
No.
not a patriarch.
No, so I'm not spending nothing until that boss shows up.
Fair point.
I need all the help I can get.
Is our tech priest going to hit it with his ominous iron axe?
Oh, yeah. Not with the omniscient axe, because why would he want to get into close combat with these things?
I just want to see the tech priest swing his axe around.
Swing it around where he is. Woo! Beep. We'll just start making modem noises at it. So is the tech priest doing
Hello,
anything?
Moto.
The tech priest is sure. Let's have a little las pistol pew. Pew.
If he fails
Is it an
terribly,
effective pew? No, it is not.
but he looks like he's doing something.
He tried hard. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, there's a success there.
It's about the effort.
There's
Yeah.
a success there. He showed willing.
The pair of us aren't really combat units.
He kind of is firing a phased plasma rifle into 40-watt range.
Yeah.
It's the 40-watt range that's the problem. Like a light bulb.
Hey, it's enough to, hurt a human, but
All right, and then Yon.
All the way back round again.
Yeah. So it's the start of the next round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which means it's
Roger.
back to Roger and not the Gene Stealer.
okay, I want to punch a crack grenade into its mouth and and then
You're being a
Sparta
meter.
kick it away from me.
Isn't that our last one?
Is that not your last crack grenade?
Yeah.
It is, but I've got an autocannon on my shoulder.
Oh boy, famous last words.
Yeah.
Right,
I think Napoleon said that on the
I'm
invasion
going to
of
ask you, instead
Russia.
of making a ballistic check for
I've
your
got an
grenade,
autocannon.
then to make a melee combat check,
Yeah, that makes sense.
since you want to punch it into its face.
So weapon skill plus
So it's
agility.
weapon skill plus
Oh,
agility.
Jesus, that's terrible. I'm going to re-roll that. Oh, that was
This
absolutely
is
shocking.
how the Marine loses his hands.
Oh my God.
You do get 5 because you got your RAF.
Yeah, you got your RAF
Okay.
dice,
Cool. So 5 successes.
which is enough. You punch a crack grenade into its mouth.
And then
Surely you would
Sparta
then have to
kick it
do a
away.
strength
And-
test to do a Spartan kick it away.
Yeah, I think that's strength and weapon skill
Okay, that
to
kinda
kick
makes
it
sense.
away.
This is Psychomantium
Uh, I'll just roll a
for the
thing
Emperor.
with the knife again. Yes,
Blammo.
very much so.
7 successes.
7 successes.
So you take your grenade, you punch into its mouth, its teeth grate along the metal of your gauntlet. You don't care. You leave the grenade in its throat, choking it ever so slightly. And as you let go, you lean back and you punt it with your bionic leg. And it slides. So you got 5
a
successes.
7.
7
got 2 sixes.
successes.
It
As long as it's
probably
more than a
wasn't
meter away.
expecting that.
It probably was not. It definitely was not. And it slides 1, 2, 3, 4 meters away from
Is it
you, shrieking along the metal as it goes before it explodes, doing
How
This
much
is where I
damage?
roll. I really fluffed the damage roll.
It's like
Did you
just
only
had
get-
to-
did you only
plus
get
2.
5 successes? No, you didn't.
No,
How
you
many
got 7.
successes did you get on your
Oh, I only
throat
got 6
punching
to
attack?
hit it. 5 to hit it.
right?
Like
So
I
let's
said,
give it armor piercing +1 then, or -1.
Okay, so in which case 2, 16 damage, AP -3.
That's 13 damage. No, it's not. I'm doing that the wrong way around. It's got resilience 7.
So
So
resilience,
it's got resilience
4.
4.
So
it does
12 wounds.
12 wounds.
On top of my 3 magical ones.
And my
It
missed
does
shot.
not have that many wounds. Its eyes bulge in sort of shock and surprise, and its skin seems to ripple briefly before fragments of grenade explode outwards from around its neck and torso. The head flies back towards you with this wide-mouthed look of surprise as it flies in towards you, and you catch it in your hand, the one that you punched it in the mouth with,
Drop it on the floor and stamp on it.
as the body collapses over there.
Drop, splat.
That's one dead gene stealer.
The way
He
it
likes
appears
to
to
be
be clear,
thorough, doesn't he?
Inquisitor.
Yes,
The
okay.
tech priest nonchalantly walks up and accesses the door.
Mhm.
It requires your input, Inquisitor.
Understood. I shall move forward and place my hand on the appropriate lock.
So you put your hand on the lock. It scans your palm, registers you as an approved user, and there's the sound of clanging. You can hear layers of locks sealed for thousands of years, unsealing, cracking, rotating, breaking open. And eventually the huge doors of this cathedral-like vault slide open and inwards, and a sort of lambent yellowish light comes out. You can almost hear a choir from inside. The air is incredibly stale.
But at
like
least
having
it doesn't
angels
smell
in
of
the game.
Xenos.
It does not smell of Xenos. It's very, very stale air, but it is pure air because this has been sealed from the warp. It's been sealed from the Xenos. It's been sealed from the taint of chaos. Nothing has penetrated this vault in 10,000 years. And as it slides open, you can see that the inside is also very much like a cathedral. Ornate, highly decorated Gothic columns rise up. There is an altar, and on the altar there is a red cushion sat inside a sealed glass container, and on the cushion is a purity seal, a big fat purity seal about that big with ribbons nearly a meter long.
Ooh, probably
stretching
an
off of
Astartes
it.
one, I'm guessing, from the size of it.
Beyond that, this
Primarch.
looks like a Primarch's purity seal. Rog, could you make a scholar check?
I'll make so many rude.
Oh yeah, this is
checks right now.
what Space Marines are known for. Where the hell's Scholar? Oh, I believe
Why this is all going on?
one.
While this is all going on, the Eldar, while you're all gobsmacked and looking at this, suddenly disappears.
You
Very
cannot
fast as well.
work out, Rog, which Primarch this belongs to, but it is clearly far beyond just a Primaris. This is either a legendary hero, a chapter master, or a Primarch's purity seal.
So basically, I'm going to go closer so I can read the writing. I'm going to try and decipher from that if it's. I would know. I'm guessing pretty categorically if it was Raven Guard from the wording.
Yes, you would. And I am going to
roll a d18 or a
Yes.
d20. Roll a d20.
D18.
No, roll a d20 and that'll.
I have rolled
if,
a D20.
Oh, come on, 19.
Why? Who's 19?
Raven Guard.
It's not 19. It's 4.
Iron Warriors. That probably wouldn't make sense.
Would it not?
No, try. That would be one of the traitors.
Should note to everybody watching, I don't know a lick about this lore. So
Right,
they're all
let's have a look
they're
then.
saying
One,
is
two.
Try again.
It's 7th. Imperial Fists.
Oh, Rogel Dawn.
Oh,
Rogel Dawn. It's purity seal from Rogel Dawn.
okay. Oh wow. Inquisitor, we must obtain this and return it to the Imperial Fists.
Of course, yes, of course. We will.
The tech priest, meanwhile, has sauntered off to a small room to one side of the cathedral that is laid out as a much more technologically focused sort of server room.
He's gone to get the STC.
He's gone to get the STC. You do, wrapped up as you are in this amazing Imperial discovery, a purity seal from one of the Primarchs themselves.
Is this where we noticed that a certain witch has buggered off?
Yeah,
Yes,
once you've
there's
acquired
a
it, there's a, so
behind
it's a
us.
glass case about a meter long with a purity seal. It's probably only about 8 inches across, big enough to hold the seal on a velvet cushion with the ribbons stretched out from the seal below.
Pretty.
That's certainly one way of doing it.
Testing the limit of the Astartes ability.
Yeah.
Astartes
Is it
ability.
genuine? That's wax!
I'll probably actually make sure the tech priest doesn't get too enamored with the STC and actually come.
He just comes rolling back out
Oh,
with
that's
a
okay.
hard drive.
Yeah. Ah!
Okay, we need to leave promptly. The witch has gone.
Oh. Yes, they have.
So you've got a drop ship
Let's...
that might be functional. You've got your own ship, but that's quite a way away.
We
And
were
you-
going to disable the warp drive.
You were going to disable the warp drive, but you've also lost your witch.
We should leave.
Right, okay, Lieutenant, I'm giving you a very important job. Test the troop ship if you can get it to fly. Just like pull the ignition, the cords, the whatever. I don't know what the Warhammer equivalent is. Hot wire it.
I would suggest the tech priest for such a duty.
Yeah, no, but he need to switch the warp drive off?
The warp drive is not here.
Yeah, I know. We'll go get it. We'll just go. It's like in the next room, isn't it?
I feel obligated to remind you there are hostile Xenos aboard this vessel.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just test the dropship and we go good. It'll be fine. I say, slicking my hair back, like, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. The Aldari might come back. Who knows? They'll be all good. Or he might fuck off. Yeah,
Meanwhile,
maybe after them.
Let's have another psychometry roll to track it. You're much closer now.
Yeah, I got 5 successes, so it's definitely cast.
Yes. So you sneak your way down that left-hand path, which
It's
is now
easier to
right-hand
sneak when you
path.
haven't got a 9-foot giant.
It is
metallic-
much easier to sneak without a giant killer super soldier in full metal gear.
So,
And you come to an audience chamber. It's pretty terrifying. The single largest pure strain gene stealer you've ever seen, fat and bloated, is in there on a throne, flanked by 2 of the 4th generation hybrids with enlarged foreheads, both carrying staves. One of them is wearing a necklace that has 3 spirit stones on.
oh no! Oh, I
Now
can't.
you've got to come back and get us.
I mean, does this look like the head? Does this look like the leader of the?
Make a scholar check.
Because I'm guessing I've been around for a long time, so I probably know a little bit about these guys.
Question: the tech priest can disable the warp drive. Yeah,
Yes.
he can just like pull some wires. Or
I
whatever.
get
Cool.
6 successes.
Right. What you've got here is a gene stealer patriarch. This is Big Daddy Gene Stealer, and highly unusually, but probably as a result of the ship's exposure to the warp, normally there would only be 1 Margus in a brood. This guy clearly has 3, because both of these 2 have a full complement of arms.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got 2 Marguses, Margai, and a
Magi.
patriarch.
I doubt I can move stealthily enough that I can get in there, half inch it, and leave before they'd see me.
It's risky at best.
Even with conceal, I don't think I can do it. Okay, yeah, I mean, I've still got Quicken on, so I'm now going to make my way back to our esteemed Inquisitor to inform him that I found the Big Daddy. So I've still got Quicken on, so I'm still moving like super serial.
See, I said the Aldari would come back. It's fine, you know, all that stuff.
So-
yeah, report.
He comes back as you're leaving the vault.
Were you
a bit
taking a number
set off.
6?
Inquisitor, I believe I found the Patriarch, which is
Oh,
the
perfect.
leader of the Gene Stealer cult that is here.
Oh, excellent, cool. All right. Well, there you go,
Yep.
Lieutenant. That's your job now. Go kill that, please.
I must remind you,
God.
Inquisitor, if we simply leave, we could destroy this vessel and all its occupants.
That is very true, but I like the hands-on feel of killing something. You know, I'm not one of these guys that delegates, but
I
I'm
did send you
delegating.
your brief, didn't I? No.
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, I know. It's coming. Just wait, Ben.
That seems an interesting risk to take, having achieved our objectives in both obtaining a relic that would be revered by the Imperial Fist chapter, as well as an STC, which would
Yeah,
be
you know
of
what?
significant value
I
to
know,
the
right,
priests
okay.
on Mars.
It's all look. It's all good. I put my hands on his shoulder. It's all good, right? Okay.
You have to kind of reach right up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, look, right. We'll disable the warp drive just as an insurance policy, right? We'll disable the warp drive. I've turned into a real greaser all of a sudden, like real just like slick. I don't know why. we'll go disable the warp drive. It's not like they're going to know what's going on because they're sitting. Where were they, Aldari?
I kind of wish that you could see the Twitch stream.
Are they losing their shit? Sorry, I know I'm being very uncool.
I like the
right
hands-on feeling. Let's the Space Marine do all the killing.
now. Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah,
I like the hands-on feeling of standing back and watching you kill them as I stroke my unicorn.
yeah, exactly. I'm
Well,
glad
awesome.
everyone understands.
They're back
Yes.
along the path to which we walked upon.
Oh,
There's a room to the
excellent.
side, and he, however, unusually for their kind, he has more than one Magus,
Interesting. Okay,
and also
right.
there's a number of trinkets in there that could be of some value.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. Okay, right. No, I got this. All right. Okay. So we need the warp drive disabled. We need to get a ship of some description. That's easy enough to do. There's one right there. Maybe we could fix it up.
Yeah, has the
we
tech
need-
priest not looked at the vehicle?
Yeah.
Not you.
No,
It's
he
just
asked me
exist.
to do it.
Yeah,
The tech
honestly,
priest is just kind of watching this conversation, and then he goes over to the drop ship while you're talking. Carry on. Talk amongst yourselves.
No,
He's
it's
irrelevant to
fine.
this because
It's
you're doing
fine.
your thing.
Okay, yeah.
sorry, I just saw the tech priest success roll.
Yeah. He's managed to put like stripes on it in the time that we've been talking.
The problem was it was not red.
Oh, right. Okay.
Red
Good
goes
to know.
faster.
Okay. Right.
So
Tech
is
priest?
the dropship operational?
Affirmative. I have been able to activate the drop ship.
Tech
Um,
priest.
Arguably, this too qualifies as our KO tech and is worth more than our boarding vessel.
Priest. We're going to head over to the warp drive. We're going to disable it. Okay. You can do that. Yeah.
Affirmative.
Excellent. Right. Do you two want to warm up the engine? We'll just get out of here and then we'll blow it up from a distance. We have guns, don't we?
We
Yes.
won't need to disable the warp drive if we are just going to destroy the vessel.
Just as a precaution, it might like how many hours do we have left? Actually, that's a good question. How many
Quite a
hours?
lot, I think.
Oh, right.
We've probably
Okay.
got about 5 hours left.
Well,
that's-
just for
That's more
yeah,
than sufficient time for
it's fine.
our cruiser
I'll-
to destroy this.
it's all good. It's all good. You guys get on the ship, and me and the tech priest will disable it just for safety precautions, and then like it's all gravy.
I must return to that room, regardless whether you're going to assist me or not.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, and I leave again.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Inquisitor, I should accompany you. There are numerous hostiles aboard this vessel.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
The tech priest kind of looks at you and says, I will remain in the vehicle.
Oh, fine. Can you give me like some handy dandy tips on how to disable a warp drive? Or can I just destroy it? Give me like
If you are going after the patriarch,
I'm not. I want to get the warp drive. I want to destroy it.
I believe I can destroy the warp drive from here.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, go do that then.
We should aboard the escape vessel then, Inquisitor.
Oh, but you have to
We have
explain where the
achieved our
Aldari
primary
went,
objective.
That's paperwork, though. I don't want to do that when we get back.
The Eldari is irrelevant.
I
Leave the SDC and the relic with me if
Yeah.
you wish to pursue.
Yeah. You guys, as I said, warm the ship up. Just go warm it up. I'll go see what the Aldari is doing because he said there was loot. So I mean, unless he was lying.
Eldar are known for their lies.
Yeah, but it's a weird lie to be like, "Hey, there's loot here, guys," and then leave with us getting on the ship because we're not going to stay for him.
His objectives are his own.
No, I know. It's
We
a
cannot
weird...
trust the witch.
No, I know, but I'm curious now why he's lying to us if he's going to stay on the ship because we could just leave. We are going to leave without him.
It's clearly something of his people.
This dropship is equipped with a missile. I will use it to disable the hyperdrive and we can leave.
Oh, excellent. Right. I'm going to go see what loot he's talking about. You guys blow it up, right?
Inquisitor, I cannot allow
And
that.
Dan's like, well, I outrank
I'm going to pick
you.
up the Inquisitor.
No, I outrank you.
Yeah, you most definitely would end up.
I am
Yeah.
picking up the Inquisitor, literally
Excommunicated for that.
restraining him by both arms. Inquisitor, we must leave.
Ben, how does this work?
You can order
Guy-
him to accompany you. You can't order him to leave you behind, unfortunately.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Can I order
Well, you
him?
can, but I mean, what
You
he's
can
doing is
try.
heretical. What he's
It's-
doing is heretical, but you are acting in an unusual
You
fashion.
can ask
and he
Space
could-
Marines to do things. You can't demand they do things.
Yeah.
Although Inquisitors can, to a point, order a Space Marine.
Yeah, how many times Space Marine chapters told them to do one?
I mean, you can talk about
That's-
Space Wolves
that's-
all the fucking time.
A lot.
Fine.
Yeah,
Right.
Raven Guard aren't known for playing nice with others.
Right. Okay. No, that's absolutely fine. I understand where you're coming from. Right. Engineer, do your thing. Get on the dropship. Blow it up. If we're not back in 5 space minutes, then you can leave without us. Okay. And you can take the STC, and it's all gravy. All right.
Affirmative.
Excellent. Cool. Right. Let's go get this because I want to see what loot this is. Oh, try and be stealthy. Okay. Shh. Your big clumpy feet.
Let me scout ahead, Inquisitor.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No problem.
I mean, it's
So,
not really
Dan,
scouting when you've got
From
a
your
giant voice.
vantage point,
Hmm.
where you know you can sneak and see the patriarch and his little wizards. Make your stealth roll, Rog. And Dan, you can make an awareness. Is it awareness or insight? It's awareness.
That's terrible.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
I've got some wrath points. I'm going to reroll.
Free awareness.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
you
better.
don't notice the Space Marines sneak
So-
up on you.
I
How
got
embarrassing.
6. No, 7. 7 successes.
He's very fixated on his spirit stones.
Yeah, the witch is hiding just outside.
I'm looking for what's in the room. I'm basically trying to establish if there is anything of value in there.
There is a huge gene stealer, the biggest one you've ever seen, fat and bloated, sat on an enormous chair made out of a converted tank, flanked on either side by 2 of the robe-wearing hybrids with great big foreheads, one of which is wearing some stones around its neck that look like the one that the Eldari wears.
Okay. Is one of them missing an arm?
No.
Oh, it's different ones.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything Imperial that I think is of interest in the room?
This room is utterly heretical. Anything that was Imperial in here has been thoroughly desecrated.
While they are
Okay,
doing this,
I'm gonna-
I'd like to follow you, not stealthing, purposely not stealthing.
Yeah, before he even gets a chance to run off, I shoot my shuriken pistol into the room, drawing their attention.
Yeah,
So-
they'll see you.
Right, so you do hear the Inquisitor sneak up on you.
Yeah, because I hear the Inquisitor coming. So I figure if
not
the Inquisitor,
sneak.
if I hear the Inquisitor, that means the Space Marine's not far behind.
He's right behind you, like braiding your hair.
What's that? Oh my god!
Ah!
So
Oh,
I kind
God
of skip
damn it.
across to the opposite doorway and shoot my shuriken pistol as I go past. I mean, I don't know if I hit anything. I probably didn't, not with 3. But more importantly, I'm trying to get them to now come out of the room and see the giant Space Marine standing right next to me.
I'm not particularly close to you. I'm literally just from wherever I can see into the room.
It was you have to
Yeah,
look through the
it's an
doorway.
audience chamber,
Okay.
so you kind of have to go to the doorway and look in to be able to see in there. Come on, Gene Stealer, stop messing me
Okay.
around.
In which case, I'm going to spend a glory point.
Ooh, what's that for?
Jump in advantage.
Aw.
I'm just going to. I know there's nothing of value in there other than significant threats to the Inquisitor. I'm going to grab him and run as fast as I
All
can
right.
back towards the ship
Oh, no fun.
because I have bionic legs.
Well,
I'm
can
very
I use
quick.
my glory point to
There
get
is
in
2
there
glory
and do
points.
some fighting?
There is 2 glory points.
There is 2 glory
Yes,
points.
I'd like to.
If you
I'd
want
like
to duck out of his grip,
yeah.
you can
I
spend
mean,
a glory
could-
point to get in there and do
could
so.
the Inquisitor use persuasion to persuade the Marine to do as he was told?
Oh, I didn't know I had persuasion.
I would assume you have persuasion. I presume
I
that's your
would
role.
assume so, yeah.
Because
Possibly,
I'm in.
but trying to persuade a marine to deter from his
Actually,
mission
no, he
is probably
doesn't
quite
have
difficult.
persuasion, so
Oh,
no, he
really?
can't.
Oh,
He
okay.
is not a persuasive.
Well,
I don't know
I'd
if you
like to-
noticed.
No, that's just me. That's Nye.
You do have leadership,
Oh.
Okay.
so you could use that and like shout about the glory of the emperor.
Yeah. Okay. Can I
You can-
roll a leadership? And I'll think of a little one I'm going to say.
Oh, you only got 2 successes on your leadership roll.
Well,
You might wanna-
it's for the Emperor. Kill that thing. That's the gist of it. Kill it. Look, let's just kill it for funsies.
He does seem remarkably set on killing this thing, Rog.
Yeah.
Even your space marine would probably start to be questioning why at this point. This Inquisitor is taking this
seems like
above
the
and
opportunity.
beyond.
I'm just
the
going to
call of
grab and run.
duty. Okay,
I mean, that seems very not like what a space marine would do at all.
I have a very specific mission.
he does have a very specific mission.
I've
it's
got a
true.
very specific mission. It
Yes,
was
I
letting
know.
the fuck
And your
go.
very specific missions are somewhat in conflict.
Yeah, I know. If I knew
But
it'd be
Dan,
this
what are you
bad-
going to do?
Well, I've kind of already like shot.
Committed to going in for a fight.
Well, I've kind of what I'm trying to do is basically distract him to get him to come out. The
Yeah,
idea being is that even if the marine runs off, he's not going to be able to stealth and run off.
no.
So he's going to be noisy. So
Very
then
true.
I will then activate conceal and hide, and hopefully they follow the marine, and hopefully I can pick off the guy with the spirit stones.
Sound tactical thinking.
I mean, it's the Eldar, right? I'm manipulating and using other people to do what I need to get done.
And if we wait long enough, he'll leave because I think 5 space minutes for this particular priest is as soon as I'm in the cockpit, I'm getting out of here with my STC.
Oh, bless
well.
him. I don't think Nye quite gets the power an Inquisitor has in the
Yeah.
Imperium.
Yeah, I was going to say,
okay,
your
right.
power is absolutely, which is why I'm surprised the marine is not doing as he's told, because
He
the
is doing
Marine-
as he's told. Unfortunately.
I think
There are
Inquisitor
people that
higher
outrank even him.
than- Yeah. The great Poobah.
so yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
I
Right,
if
so
the
the
marine is
Margi
genuinely running
and
off-
the Patriarch, with the shurikens flying around, the Margi sort of jump in front of the Patriarch. Nothing hits him.
Or him.
And he roars and rises up. He's the biggest damn gene stealer you ever did see. Bulks almost 1.5 times larger. He's bigger than the Marine.
in your face, Roger.
You're the one that shot at him.
Yeah.
And he started lumbering towards the exit to give chase, the Margi flanking him.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. Now, you went
I mean,
first. What do you want to do?
I'm-
Conceal.
Yeah, I'm concealing. I'm trying to hide.
Big cloak.
You're already hiding. They're leaving the room that you're now in.
But I'm concealing so they can't see me. What did I? Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I've definitely concealed. So they can't see me. So
Unless they've got some kind of psychic awareness.
Why would they have that? Oh,
yeah.
wait.
So, you can if you can see me. If they were able to see me, they can deny the witch, but only if they can see me. You have to
They
see me
probably
casting the
would.
power. That's the rules of the game. So
Yeah,
I've gone.
that's
I've-
fine.
I've gone
They
round the
don't
corner.
have the right psychic powers for it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am currently concealed and desperately hiding, so that hopefully they chase after the Marine and the Inquisitor because they hear the big clunky boots.
Yeah.
So
they are. They're giving
Like, oh,
chase.
come on. Just one. Can I do a bit of stabbing?
They are giving chase to the Inquisitor and the Marine, but the Inquisitor and the Marine are outpacing them because Roger's move is just silly.
Oh,
My bionic legs very much boost my speed.
so what would happen if I was to cast Quicken on them?
On the monsters. please
However,
do.
The Patriarch is outpacing the Margi.
That's what I want.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm following not too closely, but I'm using like the darkest spots of the corridors and that, and I'm basically hoping that the patriarch gets far enough out in front that I can engage the Margi with.
So the Space Marine is pelting it down this corridor into the main hangar. The tech priest is firing up the various systems
Yeah,
on
I
this
will be
drop
telling
ship.
him to get
The
everything ready.
patriarch is pounding down the corridor, claws up, other claws at the ready, some kind of space nappy
Yeah.
around his midriff.
Very, very.
The two Margi
very
are trying to
dignified.
gracefully run along afterwards with their force staves, but they're not really managing grace at this point because they're having to cheese it just to keep up. And then behind them, you've got the Eldari following along.
Moving in the shadows.
Yeah, I'm sprinting at full pelt towards the ship.
Right. so
Can
that-
I break free of this?
almost
I should have asked
definitely
this
not.
earlier.
What you
Gosh
could do is
darn.
start shooting, though.
You are just kind of tucked under my arm.
Yeah.
You could just start shooting at them.
I know,
Pew,
but
pew.
yeah, it'd be really pitiful. And I've got some pride. Well,
Depends how
dignity.
close behind me they are. You could flame them.
Nah, it's all good. Oh, I guess I'm stuck like this. You've got to put me down eventually, though, and then I'm out.
Right. Dan, there appears to be enough of a gap for you to take an action. What do you want to do?
I'm going to attack the one with the spirit stones. So springing out of the shadows.
Kapow!
Oh wow! I'm going to re-roll that with my last thingy.
A wise decision because that's punk.
Oh my goodness! I've only got 2
So
successes.
Oh my word.
Oh my goodness gracious me! And we used up all our glory things, so I can't even get an extra dice to roll.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you're a bit hosed.
Yeah. Well,
Does
I'm
that
fucked.
mean the ship is jumping to the warp? Not yet.
Well, that my
I see
beautiful.
what you mean. Yes, because Psychomantium's having to turn in. So Beowulf Reborn says, "Does that mean the ship is jumping to the warp?" Hmm.
Can't believe you played.
Meta.
Yeah, apparently you do have an extra glory point that Ashradel gave you a little while ago that I missed. So there is a glory point remaining, Dan.
Okay.
For one
What's
dice.
the defense? What's the defense on these guys? Is it
I
actually
don't think he
It's
tells
3.
you. Oh, okay.
free? Everything that could go wrong has gone
Has
wrong.
gone
That's
wrong.
where you get Xenos scum.
Well, you know.
Cue
So you
Imperial
leap out of the
officer voice
shadows.
from Star Wars. You Xenos scum.
Take a sweep with your witch blade. Unfortunately, you catch it on the force staff and fail to hit the warlock. It was probably the most incompetent blade strike you've made since you were about 140.
Yeah,
It's kind of embarrassing.
it is very embarrassing. Yeah, okay, that's me.
Yeah. Now the Magus gets to have a go, and she turns on you, and her eyes widen, and she just sort of unleashes a psychic shriek at you.
Oh yeah.
Doodle-doo-doo. Yeah.
Bring it.
Does she do?
Wait, they could psychically attack us, and we could
1,
stop.
2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6.
What's the
They could
power
try.
required casting level?
Oh, yeah. Psychic shriek.
I'd say some.
Probably 7 probably still makes it. Oh no, it's 6, isn't it?
6.
Psychic disciplines, 271.
Oh, you don't have them in your thing like I do. Okay, 1 second. 270. Do you know what discipline it's under?
No, not off the top of my head.
It's telepathy, isn't it? Psychic shriek from
I
memory.
think so.
If it's like the old 40k psychic powers.
I think it is telepathy.
Psychic shriek.
Yeah, there it is. Cost 10, range 50. Activation is 1 action. Unleashes a blast of psychic energy to attacks. Immediately takes 1d3 plus 3 shock and must make a successful difficulty 5 willpower test or be staggered as well.
but it doesn't say what the difficulty to cast it. Oh no, target's willpower. So
Target's willpower.
So you have not beat my willpower.
Okay, so she goes, "Ah!" and a shriek appears in your mind, and your Eldari mind is like, bitch, please.
I mean, it was very close.
You've got a spotty little human mind. Like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm several hundred years old, if not more. Go away.
But that is her action, is to do that. The Patriarch continues to chase you and is catching up with you, Rog.
Oh, wow. Okay. He is fast.
The other Magus is chasing him, but starting to fall further behind. I'm assuming you're still running.
How far away am I now from the escape ship?
From the escape ship, you're probably only about 50, 60 meters. But the Patriarch will almost be on top of you by the time you reach it.
Okay, I'm going to kind of...
Oh,
I'm just
no.
Throw the Inquisitor at it.
Yeah, throw me.
You'll
throw
never
me.
see that coming.
I'll say that. Throw me at it. I'll stop it with my stick.
Okay. As I sprint, can I basically just hold the flamer behind me and spray it at the ground to try and
Ooh,
put a
that's pretty
wall of
clever.
fire in between myself and that?
Yes. Yes, you can. I mean, you're not targeting it, are you?
No, I'm just hosing the
Just
floor.
literally hosing the floor so that
Basically
there's
something
fire
to
there that it's
yeah,
going to
to
have
slow
to
it
either
down.
dodge around or run past, which will slow it down.
That's the
Or
idea.
run through and not care about it.
You retain your lead. Dan, back to you.
Okay.
Sorry, unless Nia, you want to do anything.
Shoot the bolt pistol.
I know, but it doesn't really age unless I shoot it at the Marine. But it's not. I definitely.
I mean, I
wouldn't do
definitely
that.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That would be a bad plan.
Yeah.
You could definitely shoot your bolt pistol at the Patriarch.
You
I
could
guess
shoot.
I
your-
could.
It's
Fine.
your resistance to the Marine holding on to you.
There is
Yeah,
another
yeah,
target
we'll go
that
with
you
that.
could shoot at as well.
Yeah, the Magus. Or the ship. I could shoot the drop ship.
That wasn't the person I was thinking of. But yeah, all of those are viable options too.
Are you trying to insinuate that he should shoot the Eldari witch?
No,
I'm not saying
I'd
you should.
miss.
I'm not saying you should shoot the Eldari witch, but you should shoot the Eldari witch.
I'll shout, Aldari, if you stop this Marine, I won't shoot you.
there is still one other person you could shoot.
The tech priest?
Oh, come on, really? Oh, Ben, no, I'm not doing that. That's no. That defeats the purpose.
I mean, the ship wouldn't be able to take off then.
He can't see the tech priest, I don't know.
No, Ben.
Oh, that wasn't who I was talking about.
No, I know. I'm assuming you were referring to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's jeez.
You could threaten to do it, and the Marine would have no choice but to put you down if his mission is to keep you alive.
Wouldn't I have another option? I think I might.
There's no way you can punch him and knock him out without killing him.
I can break his wrist.
Right, Dan, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, if
Come on, we've gone on longer than I'd intended to, really. We're in the heroic final moments here.
Okay. This time I got 6 successes. Is that enough to get through? What's the defense
Absolutely,
again?
yes.
So, oh yeah, because you said the defense is free, didn't you? So I will use the extra 6 as an extra point of damage. And then let's roll some damage.
Yeah, it's a Magus, isn't it? The defense is only
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. So I've got 13, 19 points of damage. No
Armor
AP.
piercing? No
armor
AP.
piercing. No AP.
So
That's
it's
pretty
minus
vicious.
7.
Magus has resilience 7. Wow. That's still 19 points. That's still 11 points of
Still
damage.
11
That's
points of
pretty-
damage and sufficient to utterly bisect this Magus.
I channel all of my Eldari psychic willpower into the force of my blade because it's a force sword, and I bring it through and just take
The-
its head off.
Rage
and-
and disgust at the theft of your people's spiritual...
And as his head comes off, the necklace he was wearing with the stones kind of comes in the air, and I pluck it out of the air. I'm just like, filthy.
Now you've got one other problem.
I've got a long way to get to the ship and
And
stuff
another
in my
Magus
way.
and a Patriarch in your way.
I'm going to run the opposite direction back to the drop pod. Back to our original ship.
Back to
Is
your
that- is that-
original ship.
Yeah, if I cast
But
Quicken on myself, I can make
They
it
are
there.
they are down there destroying the warp drives as well.
Who is the
The tech
team?
priest
The
is
ship,
destroying
the
the warp
Tempest is
drive.
about to blow it up with a missile from the dropship.
So the whole ship is going to go bang.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to have a
which
pretty
is why
bad
I'm
effect.
trying to not get on the dropship.
You are unlikely to make it back to your boarding ship.
Because it did take a while to get there. even
Okay.
with
Yeah.
And in
Quicken.
which case, I will start running towards the other dropship that everyone's running towards at the moment. But I will cast Quick Conceal. Oh, no, do I cast Quicken? I'm going to cast Quicken because I want to run real fast.
It'd be harder for them to hit you if you can outrun them.
Yes, that's the kind of idea. I'm also not going to run right next to the Patriarch.
Right.
Well, you've got
Rog,
a while to catch up. We've been at flat out sprint.
you get to the dropship. It's kind of hovering in the air
I'm
ever so
literally
slightly.
just going to jump on,
Yeah, the
slam the
side
door.
door is open.
slam the door closed, and so get us the hell out of
The
here.
Patriarch grabs hold
No,
of the
priest,
dropship.
I said
and
5
is
space
wrestling
minutes.
with
Oh,
it.
I will flame behind me. Because I can run and
You
flame.
shut the door.
It literally goes into the flame at this point. Right, Dan, you burst into the hangar. There's a Patriarch holding on to the dropship, trying to climb aboard. You've got Lieutenant Uhtred shooting a flamer into its face from
Well,
on board the dropship. Where
Did
he's
I have to
hold-
run to get onto it?
Yeah.
Still,
Okay.
So you're kind of like blind firing out of the door. Just happens to be that's where its face is. And then you've got another Margus who's lining up one of their psychic attacks. Roger, what's your willpower?
3.
Oof.
Ooh,
I
Yeah.
spend my faith point and tell him to do one. The Emperor protects.
Yes. This wash of psychic energy crashes into your mind. You could feel like thousands of miniature gene stealers in your brain. You can see them scrabbling and clawing, but your faith in the Emperor protects you, and you force the image of these Xenos out of your mind, purging the unclean from yourself. Dan, what are you going to do?
I am. Is there like a hangar, like main hangar door where they're going to fly out of?
Not yet, there isn't.
no, we're about to make one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, is there like a ramp at the back, or is it just one door that's open?
There's a
There's
door that's open. It's got a a Patriarch hanging off of the door.
And there's no other entrance on this little ship.
No.
I think
It's
I'm
almost
boned.
like we didn't want to leave all the doors open.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a lot I can do here because I can't
Could
get on board.
climb him like a curtain.
Yeah, do that, do it.
I'm not sure how it's going to go. So, is the Patriarch in the door?
No, it's not in the door. It's kind of hanging onto the door with one of its claws, and then another one of its claws is hanging on to the missile launcher underneath the dropship, and then its 2 more human-like arms are kind of clutching onto the jets, and it's doing a heroic effort of pulling this dropship back down.
So I'm going to run with my quicken skill, and I'm going to like step up on a couple of like
I am
objects.
stood in the doorway.
I mean, you kind of bombed through the doorway and was shooting your flamer backwards out of it. So I don't
Yeah,
imagine
he
you
stood
like,
in the
squared-
doorway, so but he's huge. You can go between his legs.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to go like boop, boop, boop on a few objects and like kind of leap into
Right.
the.
I'm going to want a redonkulous athletics roll.
Yeah, I
from
figured you. I figured you would.
for this.
So
So it's an athletics roll. Difficulty is going to be 5.
cool.
Is there any kind of attack of opportunity type mechanic? Because I'm not going to be willing to randomly let someone run through my legs.
Is the Eldari?
It's the
You'll
Eldari.
recognize him. It's not like it's like
I'm pretty sure he's got to his opinion of the Eldar, who claims there was important stuff in the room.
We'll make the deal. If he attacks the Eldari, he has to put me down to do so. And I'm totally gonna stand perfectly still.
I don't make
I was
it
just going
anyway.
to kick him.
oh dear, the Eldari lands
Damn.
on the Patriarch's back.
I mean, mid-flight, can I? Because that's my move action. Mid-flight, can I see that I'm not going to make it and then put my sword out? So,
Ooh.
To hold on to.
Have you got any points of any kind left?
we got that 1 point of glory, didn't we?
No, you spent it.
Oh
I've
no,
got
no,
crap
tell a lie.
ton of wrath.
Dan, you have just been given a wrath roll
Then I
by the
shall
real
use.
sea chicken.
Thank you, real sea chicken.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Asher Adele says, use it wisely. I said wisely.
there's no wisely.
Yeah,
Oh, I still fail. Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. I got 2 6s. What did you say the difficulty was? You said
Wasn't a bad plan.
5, and you got 4.
no.
So you still
don't.
fail.
If
You
I
land
could
on the
give you
patriarch.
my wrath die that I didn't get to use.
All right, he gives you his wrath die as well. You got one more.
Really?
reroll to use.
Can
Oh,
you
one more
reroll a reroll?
Oh, no.
Okay.
All my
The last
impotent
2
rage.
minutes of the game. His impotent rage.
Oh my god, it's just got worse. It's just got worse.
Gosh
You are
darn it.
effectively holding on to the patriarch's.
Your
ankle
mic's gone
at
quiet.
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
your mic's gone a little bit,
Is that
Ben.
me or Dan that you said that to?
You.
Yeah,
Me?
you, Ben.
Oh crap! Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Right, it might
quiet.
have just dropped down there. All right, so you're hanging on to the patriarch's ankle.
Cool.
The Margus is pulling a. No, she's not. Smite into her hand, ready to unleash it.
Who's more senior, me or the Marine?
You by
by
far.
a long way.
Okay. So if I tell the priest to hang on for a moment, is he going to listen to me or is he going to ignore me and just immediately try and leave?
He will
Maybe
listen
the
to you
priest will
because he
listen
has
to
to.
Oh, I wish I knew I had this power.
As you
yeah,
said
I'm gonna-
earlier, you don't realize what power you have as an inquisitor.
yeah, I'll be like, float around for a bit.
Yeah, you can count the number of people in the Imperium who outrank Inquisitors on the number of fingers that a Scion of Zench has got.
Quite a few.
It's a random number between like 2 and 80, isn't it, really?
In the entire galaxy, that's pretty insane. Yeah, just like float around a bit. Just don't move. Just kind of hover. It's all good. And Marine, put me down. I'm totally not going to jump out. I swear. I'll be really well behaved.
Okay, Patriarch is going to try and climb in. Let me find the Patriarch's climb skill. Oh, overshot.
We're all going to die.
Slow ass scrolling. Here we go. Ooh.
I imagine their climbing skill is very good.
I would imagine so.
No, it was a slash roll. 18d6.
Oh my god.
Holds himself up. He's got an Eldari on his ankle. He's got a Marine shooting fire into his face, and he hauls himself up into the doorway. And
Now I get to go?
lashes out with his tongue.
I thought I got to go before him. All right.
You know, we've gone a little bit narrative, I will admit.
All right. Fair enough.
Lashes out with his tongue to strike at the Inquisitor in your arms.
Yes.
Hits him right on the bum.
I don't care.
This is my
Yes.
Inquisitor. Do one.
And we've used every last trick in the book to
I
not
did it
die.
again.
Oh, kill me.
Can I use Wrath to get in?
It's making me angry now.
He's getting wrath points.
You
I've
would've needed
still
glory.
got Wrath points.
There we go.
So that, but it doesn't work.
Right,
out.
what's nice?
Defense.
Defense.
What in real life? Not very high.
Not very high in real life.
No.
I mean, it's not going to be 11.
It's not going to be 11, is it?
No.
I mean, I think I probably have the highest defense
is
rating.
4.
Yes.
So the Gene Stealer Patriarch wedges his tongue into your mouth. It's kind of gross,
It's
actually.
just grim.
Yeah,
You're making out with a Gene Stealer, man. That's
you're
grim.
making out with a Gene Stealer.
Oh, I know what he's just done.
Yes, you do. So does Nye.
So
He
do
has-
I.
Yeah,
Do
well,
I?
does
Do I
the
know
Marine,
what's
though?
just happened?
Yeah, the Marine knows what's
the
going on.
Inquisitor
Oh, the Inquisitor knows. Nye doesn't know.
Nye hasn't got a clue.
No.
Basically, the Gene Stealer has just infected you with its genetic material.
Oh, you have to buy me a drink first, for goodness sake.
You are now a Gene Stealer cultist.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, your mind might be strong enough to withstand some element of the cult control, that any offspring that you had from this point on would be Gene Stealer hybrids.
Wait. Okay, right. I know what I'm going to do now.
So he has just been infected by the Gene Stealer.
And
Right.
I unload the autocannon into the Patriarch to
You
try
can
and not only
absolutely do
bust
that.
him up, but
As a heavy weapon, he
kinetic-
has a +2 difficulty. I assume it's engaged range, as in
It is engaged range.
yeah.
Can-
So you have a because
can I
it's a heavy
step
weapon.
back out of it?
You don't.
Yes.
He's not going for me. I'm going to
He's
step
not
back,
going for you, and it's only his tongue.
and I'm going to be using the full salvo ability of the autocannon here.
3 shots.
The idea is being hit by a 25mm autocannon at that range is
At
going to
that
knock him
range
the hell out.
Yeah, it's going to make you feel uncomfortable at the very least.
Well, it's not even just trying to hurt him; it's trying to get him off.
Get
the
him
ship.
off the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, the Eldari, by the way, is now hanging onto the edge of the ship door, not the. I'm guessing as he sort of lifted up, I've gone. I'm not hanging
I'll
on to
just
him.
transfer to the door instead of him.
Okay, so let's do this.
Oh, goddamn. Well, it's okay. There's always
five
plan
success-
B.
What's his defense?
His defense is 7.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I will use one of my wrath points to re-roll that. Oh, fuck me.
Oh my god! So your first shot misses.
Second shot. Oh, there we
Hey!
go. So that's a lot. That's 7, 9,
That's 9
10.
hits. So you could actually.
And I'll use one of those 6s to do something. Can I
Yeah, you
use it
could
to knock him
shift
back?
that to knock back. Seems like a reasonable use of shift. Yeah.
Okay. I will shift to knock him back, basically, because he's right in the door. So I'm just knocking him out of the
We'll
door.
roll your damage as well.
So it was 1 extra damage die. And it's 16 damage.
So 16 AP minus 1.
Okay, so he's got 8. So you do 8 wounds to him.
And the third shot, because this is all kind of happening,
Yeah.
and I'll use my other wrath to re-roll that one.
Yes,
Ooh,
you do
yes,
get it.
6, 7. To hit him. Oh, nice. For a further 17 AP minus 1.
You blast him off the ship, and as he falls, you put another slug right into his center.
I mean, this is
mass.
like draining, I'm assuming something like a 50
You-
round
oh, you-
mag.
You literally pump him full of every single bullet in the magazine for that autocannon as he goes down. And by the time he hits the hangar floor, his head and torso are a pulped mess. The psychic down below shrieks in pain, falls to the floor, clutching at her head.
Um,
Dan,
Can
make
I-
an athletics check.
I was going to say, can I slam the door shut?
Probably not quicker than the Eldari can flip through it.
No.
For fuck's sake.
No.
I've got my 1 plucking reroll.
We'll have to, before we end, we'll have to tell them what our secret.
There we go. 4.
So the Eldari flips in through the door just as you hit the close button, and it slams shut.
And I will say, over a private comm to the tech priest, get us out of here. The Inquisitor's compromised.
So, Ben,
Yes.
the Inquisitor knows what just happened. Yes, he is aware of.
Yes.
Okay. So, would it be within his reason to see that as an honorable way to die? To end his own life for the sake of the Empire?
Yes.
Would that put him in the annals as a hero?
It would also depend on how the others report back what happened.
Well,
And
I've
they're
got that
unlikely
plan
to say he
covered.
got infected by a gene stealer and then shot himself.
Yep, no, I've got that covered.
It'll
We
be
got
he
this.
fell in conflict with a
Yeah.
mighty gene stealer.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, you got. I mean, that's gonna be the one order that I'm gonna make sure you can't undo. You've got to
I won't-
sugarcoat.
He won't lie. The Space Marine
Yeah.
just wouldn't. In his-
Space Marine.
Space Marines
Well,
lie
that's-
all the time.
Depends who
Well,
they're talking to.
Two to three. I'll just tell the other two to make it really, great.
Oh yeah, because they'll believe the Eldar.
They'll believe the
Yeah.
priest.
I mean, to be fair, I'm sure the Eldar's mission was simply to come on board and assist you with this, and then now I'm tied to you as an Inquisitor Cabal, as it were. But with you dead, I will have no reason to stay around, and Eldari.
So,
would not stay
as
around.
I'm
It
not
is-
going to lie. As soon as this stops, the two of you are going to kind of get red pasted.
You hope.
Right, now what do you want to do?
Yes, I would like to. Is he going to put me down first, or am I still like a chihuahua?
Well, he can't
under
hold
his
you for
arm?
it.
In
Well.
what way do you mean put you down?
Well, I presume he's got. Well, right. I would assume, not knowing very much, that he would at least give me the dignity to end my own life. That would be weird if he's about to kill me because I'm infected to not allow me to do the honor. It's a gun, like what? It's a pistol. I'm not gonna be able to kill all three of them before anything happens.
Raj, what are you going to do with the Inquisitor?
I'm going to crush him.
Well, there we go. Whatevs.
Space Marines have zero tolerance for this kind of thing. It's just going to be because he's under his arm. He's literally just going to apply the pressure and break
I would
him.
like to say for posterity, my goal was to die a hero, and I tried to get myself killed so many times. I didn't know I was going to have the greatest bodyguard ever. and I gotta be honest, that's been my whole goal with these past two games, is just to die. And it's
Heroically.
really hard. Yeah, heroically. And it's been really hard. Because I can't get rid of this fucking
Every time you
Space
throw
Marine.
yourself into this ridiculous combat, this giant Space Marine's like, no, I got
Exactly.
this.
That's why I didn't go in for the two thingies, because the Space Marine's just gonna kill them. The three pure breeds gene stealers. I was like, well, now they've got the auto cannon. Shit. I was like, I'll flank around, I'll get away from him. No, we've got to
Right, the tech priest flies you back to the main ship.
cool. That's not fucked up. They didn't touch it or anything.
No, you're
As soon as we're out of sort of distance, I'm going to comm the ship to open fire with everything at the vessel.
they start opening fire with their ridiculous cannons.
Exterminators.
Yeah, I mean they've got silly cannons on those things, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, this
I'm
is a
assuming
kilometer long, so it's probably a destroyer or a frigate. Whereas the thing we've got over there, you mentioned, was a cruiser, so it's significantly larger with very, very big guns.
Fuck it, I'll do it by dignity. I'm just gonna pop my head off the minute I can reach for my gun. So there we go.
I was basically trying to
The-
kill you.
yeah,
I just went
yeah, I know.
crunch.
You've crunched him and he's
Oh,
dropped
but
to the floor.
did I not get anything to go ahead of him?
Yeah.
I'd like to kill myself, not get
That's a
killed
good
by
point,
him. No.
actually.
Okay.
He would have gone before you,
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Raj,
So-
because you had literally
Yeah, no,
just
that's
been.
all right.
So before you can crush him, he offs himself.
Would have preferred any other option.
Beowulf says, "Damn it, soldier! I haven't killed anything all mission. At least let me kill myself."
I didn't even mind not killing anything. I just wanted to get killed, but it's really hard. You guys are really good at killing things.
and keeping people alive.
Yes.
So
quite
before you,
frustrating.
you've made up your mind that you're going to have to commit this act of borderline treason and heresy of killing an inquisitor, compromised or not, and he relieves you of that burden by using the same gun that the captain of the Psychomantium
bit of-
used
bit of
to
poetic.
end his life,
Yeah.
to do the same thing for the same reason.
It's clearly the gun of
And-
suicide.
And that, well, it's the same with the Mutant Year Zero game.
I shall
And
call it
that-
seppuku.
And that is the story we're going with. I did it for the Empire, and not because I wanted to die a hero. But if I'm remembered as a hero, that would be a cool bonus. God damn it.
The cannons of your cruiser open fire, everyone blasting bits of the Psychomantium into space gravel, tearing the ship apart, destroying this constant plague on the Empire that would appear leave gene stealers and disappear again. It's like a constantly spawning threat that would turn up every few centuries to mess with the planets of the Empire, and you have purged it and the heretics thereon.
For the Imperium.
You dock with the cruiser. Anything anybody wants to do before they leave?
Execute the Eldar.
See, the Eldar was prepared for this.
How prepared?
Let's just say there's some psychic powers that are up at the moment, including Jinx, which we shall.
Damn.
Yeah, Jinx, which is -2 to his resilience, and Witchblade. I would imagine.
If it gets into a fight, would you pursue to the death, Rog, or would you accept a standoff?
I'd disable him. As far as he's concerned, he betrayed the Inquisitor. I would basically I would just grab his arm and go.
He actually didn't. He did it. He did, like, to be honest, I was really.
No, he did. He was. The Marine worked out that what the Eldar said was complete crap, and he interpreted it as he was trying to kill the Inquisitor. He didn't realize what the Eldar was doing, but he thought he was trying to kill the Inquisitor.
Like, I was so close, just so close to being able to die on my own, but nope. God damn it! I'm assuming that was your goal, was to not let me die.
Basically, I was to protect you from Dan. That was my character's goal.
Oh, well, that was completely unnecessary. Yeah, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I was never trying to hurt him.
If anything, you were trying to protect me from me.
Basically, the mission was to keep you alive.
Oh, well.
So, do you want to tell him what your missions were? So, Nye's was die heroically.
Yeah.
Rogers was protect him from aliens, especially that Eldar.
I didn't have one. It's not my. It's not my character sheet.
The spirit stone.
Did I not give you one? I'm sure I gave you a secret mission.
No.
I
assumed
one. Did not give you a secret mission, Dan. That's I assumed the sheet to you.
I assumed, however, that once you said there were spirit stones there, that was my secret mission.
Sure, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
What was the one you?
I mean, ultimately, that would have been the goal. If the Eldari found spirit stones, they would do everything they could to recover.
Yeah.
That would be their goal.
I think that was why I put the spirit stones in. You're right, because I realized in the first session that I'd missed out a private goal for you, so I put one in live. The tech priest's secret goal was if the Eldari dies, claim his corpse.
Well, right, so I'm on a ship right now with a space marine who wants to kill me and a
tech priest that wants your corpse.
So technically, the Eldari is the only one that managed to complete their task. Yeah, I died.
It specifically says don't kill it, but if it dies,
yeah,
I know that the Marine would try,
and the Eldar would definitely defend itself.
So we saw that conflict hanging in the air as the two of them like face off against one another.
But then just the doors open and there's like just a normal dude like, oh, am I?
Is this bad time?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
I mean, even if the Warlock manages to kill the
the Warlock's
and the
dead.
tech priest, the Warlock's dead.
The Warlock's dead the second the doors open.
Basically the Marine would. He's not.
Unless I manage to cast conceal and hide in the ship and get a transponder out to one of my Eldari craftworld ships to come and get me.
Well, we'll leave it with
the cruiser
with the two of you still alive, squaring off.
God damn.
In all honesty, playing an Eldar with all Imperial people, I fully expected to be dead already by now. So the fact
I expected to be dead already.
Well, that was kind of why it was an inquisitorial group, because then there's a reason for you to be there. Had it not been an inquisitorial group, they probably would have offed you a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you said, "Oh, and is anyone going to play an Eldari Psyker?" I was like, sure.
Well, I was going to make it a human Psyker, but then I didn't want to throw in the warp risk.
Yeah. I also love playing the Eldari, so it's quite fun.
So, Beowulf Reborn, I will leave everybody with your final comment there, which is beautiful. The camera pans out as the ship is filled with the flash of bolter fire and psychic screams.
Yeah.
We have been Garblag Games. Thank you very much for joining us for this two-parter that we just about managed to squeeze in. Ran on a little bit later than I had originally intended, but that's cool. The game was really hitting flow and pace at that point, so it's all good. Thank you so much for coming along and joining us. There is more to come next week. Some of it is secret, much as this was secret last week. We've got on Wednesday part 5 of Mutant Year Zero, This Grey Unpleasant Land. On Thursday, we have got the beginning of our brand new AD&D old school
second edition
Dragonlance second edition game, which is going to be interesting because it's going to be like dusting off the oldest parts of my D&D brain and trying to make them work again. So do come along and check us out with that. Thanks so much for everybody in stream who's participated in this. It's been really, really encouraging to see so many people coming out and going, throwing points around like nobody's business. When's season 2? Come on, man. It was a two show far away. What we are probably going to look at
another one.
What we're probably going to look at is
series.
A potential short series of Wrath and Glory at some time in the future. We're talking at the minute about how to stack our games. We kind of want to keep a range in a week. So we want to have like a sci-fi thing and a fantasy thing and maybe a sort of modern day other game type.
Different genres.
Different genre thing in. And we'll throw them around and mix them and match them. And I'll do a bit and Pete will do a bit. And we might even get some other GMs from delving into our secret GM pocket we have on our Discord.
Although, if you do want to see more, don't forget to comment on the YouTube telling us you want more so we know.
Yes.
That's kind of how we know what we do.
Go and tell us we want more of this. Go on our Discord, say we want more of this. Pete is easily led and will do what you tell him to do. So if you go on there and you say, oi, Pete, we want to see more of X, then it's actually easier for us because it means that if we know what people want to see, then we know we can put together a group that like whatever game. We ask people on Discord, hey guys, what do you want to play? And they're like, you get like 30 or 40 responses, which ranges from everything from the mass appeal of D&D down to really obscure niche stuff like Electric Bastion Land and someone asked something really obscure today as well. I can't remember what it was.
The YouTube's probably the best place to put it because in Discord, the comments can kind of get lost quite easily.
Yeah, I just saw our Discord pop up. More 40k,
Discord's
more alien.
40k, more alien. So Narrownick Zika wants space horror. Fair enough. Yeah. Space horror is a thing we can do. I've also backed the Kickstarter for Grimmer Space, which is a space horror that Sean Astin is partly behind. He of Samwise Gamgee fame, which is an interesting place to find yourself. So that should be coming out soon, and that is full-on space horror, Starfinder compatible, Pathfinder compatible.
More 40k,
space
more
horror.
Capitals.
So there's some There's some people looking for 40k.
They're bashing at the door,
mashing their faces on keyboards to get 40k and Alien. Thank you so much for joining us for this very short run while we learned the system for Wrath and Glory. I think we've started to sort of get an image for what we can do with it, and we might do a longer running campaign on that.
Particularly if we get enough likes and comments.
Yeah. See you on Tuesday next week for a thing.
We totally know what it is. Wink. We
There's days until Tuesday. What are you talking about? It's not like the planning games is difficult, right?
No, of course not. We'll just do a pilot. That's what we always do. It's a pilot. Hey.
Oh God, you guys should do 40k with Orc Boys. Now that would be a short game.
It would be short but hilarious.
What lads?
Game you slags.
Cockney Orcs, I like it.
All right, thank you very much, and good night, one and all.
Night.
Good night.